One of my favorite things about the name Matchi, my nickname, is the fact that I feel like Matchi could fit in the Zelda universe. Like, you could find an NPC named Matchi, and you'd just be like, yeah, that's Matchi. Matchi has something to say. What would your game tip to a wandering adventure? That's a really good question. Holy shit, I don't think I can come up with anything on the spot. I think maybe I would like to have, like, some bullshit advice. Where it's like, you can use green tea to heal yourself, and then the player does that and it doesn't work. And you're like, what the fuck? But he told me I could use green tea to heal myself, and then later you come back to me. And I'm just like, oh, I guess I was mistaken. And that's all I say for the rest of the game. Like, oh, I guess I was wrong. I feel like you'd say something like, I'm scared. Maybe. I don't think I would say I'm scared. I think I would only say I'm scared in response to something. Like the player, like, speaks to me with a sword out. Then I would be like, I'm scared. Take away sword. Here's a secret tip. You can use green tea to run fast. That makes no goddamn sense. What are you saying? You can use green tea to go fast, and there's no tea in the game. That would actually be even better. Like, my advice is just for something that does not exist in the game. Oh, you linked my video. Oh my god. How convenient. How convenient that it happened to be a video. How do I have a second channel? Okay, maybe I should talk about maybe I should talk about this in my clip channel. I renamed my second channel used to be called MatchiPoko. Okay? We all know that. We're aware. Get off me, get off. And I don't know, I started thinking, like, should I stick with Poko? Like, I do know that I like being called Matchi. But should I stick with Poko? I know it's... yeah, and then I thought, Poko doesn't really make sense, like... I just added it because it sounds funny, basically. That's all there is to it. But, so I changed it so that, like, I could, use something more recognizable, like Matchi Matthias. Like, people know me as Matthias, and Matchi is kind of the name of the second channel, Pokogon. But now now I really regret changing it. Now I really regret that Poko is gone, and now that I've tried Matchi Matthias, I'm like, miss Poko. I want to go back to Poko. So I think I will go back to Poko. But I have to wait a while until I can change it back. So MatchiPoko will return. Be here, Poko. Well, Poko will be back. I mean, you can keep it in your heart. But Poko will return. Poko is dead forever. No? No? The origin of Poko is what I thought it sounded funny. Haha. But it was also based on a gnome character that I played in D&D. His name was Poko... what was his name? Poko Pimmery? And I just vibed with that D&D character, Poko Pimmery. Gnome Sorcerer. Poko. I am also a big fan of Poko, the film. What would you do if you turned green? Luigi? Okay, that's actually a fair point. Maybe it wouldn't be that bad to be green. You could just Luigi it. What tone of green? That is a good point. There are a lot of tones of green, right? I don't know, I'm so weirdly upset about this one thing. Does anyone remember that one video? Green is not a creative color, but then people started taking that seriously, like... yeah, green is not a creative color, actually. And the thing is, yeah, don't hug me, I'm scared. The thing is, there is truth to that in a sense, just like in painting. Here's a secret to painting with green, right? Like, if you use a very direct green when you're painting, it often won't look good, because there is like a very strong contrast with green paints. So when people paint environments and they have to use green, they often actually use like a yellowish green or a bluish green to sort of like tone down the green. So there is genuine truth, in a way, to it. Do you get what I mean? But I'm so annoyed at the same time that people take that and they say, no, there's truth to it. Like, green is not a creative color. No, you just need to be creative with green. And also, it's not you're basing this on one video. You're basing this on one puppet video. It's not a real point, it's just random gibberish for the weird puppet video. And you're trying to make it sound deep. It's not that deep. So in conclusion, green is very creative. Green is a huge... Isn't it the case, actually, that green is, like, the widest range of color? And that's why people, like, you know, night cameras? They are often, like, green. Because that's, like, just the widest range of color. They're not blue or red or whatever, but green for a reason, okay? And it's not because it's creative, it's just because green is a good shade for that. Have we advanced to the point where night cameras are not green anymore? Is that only like an old thing? So widest range humans can see, that is probably true. That sounds true. Predators and falling... Oh, that's such a good point. I hadn't even thought about that. Like, there might actually be a reason to it, like seeing... Luigi is actually like a predator. Because he can hide in foliage, right? Could we argue that? Luigi is the predator amongst the Mario brothers. He could hide in a bush. He could prowl. He could jump onto an animal. What the fuck am I supposed to do with magic powder that sets enemies on fire? Oh my god, it works! I like how I figured this out just by instinct. Like, yeah, magic power on the raccoon. Oh my god, it's you! It's the fake Mario? Yeah. I'm sure Mario could hide in ketchup? I mean, I guess. But he would stick out with a blue also, I feel like, right? Maybe Mario dresses in red for the same reason as Deadpool, so his enemies can't see him bleed. Does Mario have... This is such an ominous question. Does Mario have blood? I mean, we don't actually know. Like, we can't say for certain that he does. This is scary. What if you open up Mario and it's just mold inside? It's like, what the fuck? Mario doesn't bleed. I mean, he might not. Mario's cake. Maybe he was baked by Princess Peach. I mean, it could be a thing. Princess Peach is training people out of cake like Princess Bubblegum. Yeah. I mean, that's a scary thought that Mario might be the creation of Princess Peach. I know this is established. We can't go against established Nintendo lore like that. But isn't it a scary thought? Like, maybe Mario was implanted with false memories. I guess you could justify it in that way. How old is Peach? I don't know. I kind of want to look this up. I've never asked myself this question. Early to mid-20s? I guess that was, it's fine. I guess it's not conclusive what age she is. Just early 20s? And that makes sense. 40? 40? Does that make sense? We know that Mario is 25. What if Mario is 25 and Peach is 40? I guess that would not really be a problem. It would just be like, oh, okay. It's a bit weird. I guess maybe, like, people in the Toadstool Kingdom age differently also. We don't know. Is Peach human? I genuinely don't know if you can classify Peach as a human being. This is a scary thought. I don't know. I've never asked myself this question. I prefer Bowsette. I kind of like Bowsette. Have you guys seen the evil Wapeach? This was like a very early design that was leaked a long time ago. And man, I really wish they had gone with Wapeach. It was supposed to be like the Waluigi and Wario. Like equivalent to Peach. Wapeach? I think this is the original design, isn't it? Yeah, Waluigi creator reveals what Peach designs Nintendo said no to. Isn't this really good, though? Man, this could have been so good, having a Wapeach. It's really sad that, like, they are so afraid of, like, making new Mario characters. They have gone back. They used to make Mario characters like it was fucking nothing. This could have been so damn good. Such a cute design, it's so true. It really is the perfect design, I feel like. It really is so good, it's so great. We could have had Peak. I wish I could say it could still happen, but I don't think so. I don't think it can happen anymore. I think they've just lost all ability to create new Mario characters. It's kind of sad. I should get that as an outfit swap. Maybe. It really isn't just a good outfit also. It's a really great design. I've never properly played, like, Twilight Princess, so I do want to play that. I'm kind of hoping for a remake. I think it probably will get announced, to be honest, soon. I mean, isn't it, like, the 30th anniversary for Zelda this year? Probably a big direct for that. I could see that getting announced. Horror survival Zelda. I can honestly imagine that. Thought it was old. Maybe it's 40th anniversary. I can't remember how old Zelda is. Might be the 40th anniversary. There's a lot of, like, game anniversaries right now, isn't there? Look at this. All the anniversaries this year, 2026. Zelda 40, Metroid 40, Dragon Quest 40, Kid Icarus 40, Castlevania, Sonic, Persona, Pokemon. Man. Mario? No stream elements. You came in there at the wrong time. There's no Mario. There's no Mario to be seen. I hate to see stream elements in pain like this. Pikmin is so old. It's weird to say. It's weird to say that. Yeah, for sure. I feel like it's younger even now. Crazy about Persona and Pokemon released at the same time. Did that happen? I guess it did. Looking at this, right? I guess it is weird to think that, huh? To this day, I've never played a Kid Icarus game. Me too. I've never played a single one. I think I played a demo or something for 3DS, but I can't remember. Damn, I've never played a single Castlevania game, though. Is that bad? No, wait, I did try one of them. I tried the PS3 one, but I just couldn't get into it. I think I was having a bit of a hater period. So it's just like, no, I'm done. I'm playing it after 10 minutes, after borrowing it from a friend. I think, honestly, part of it was just like my friend really loved Castlevania. And it's just like, no, I don't want to play that. And then he forced me to borrow it. And because of that, I was like, played it for 10 minutes. No, I'm done. I don't like it. You must play the absolute classic. Super Metroid is a masterpiece that aged very well. Same with Castlevania. Maybe I could try them on stream someday. To get that buck. Why did I say it like that? To get that buck, you must go back in time and eat your veggies so Link grows strong so long of a timeline to reach that buck. Oh, yeah. That does, I mean, that you say that, but it does seem like something Nintendo would do. Like, you might just give me information that's actually accurate, and I'm like, thanks, real time. I know, I was making that up. What the fuck, Yoshi? Why is Yoshi here? Does anyone remember Pokemon? Pokemon Red and Blue? I had a classmate who told me, like, oh, my first time I ever picked Pokemon, or picked Charmander in Pokemon Red, it was a shiny. But I thought something was wrong with the game, so I just restarted the game, and I got a normal one. And I was like, wow, I can't believe, he thought it was like the shiny one was like something was wrong, so he threw it away, basically. But it took me forever to realize, wait, there were no shiny Pokemon in the first Pokemon game. He was just lying. He was like, he was lying, man. It took me forever. It took me, like, I think I only figured that out, like, last year. Like, wait. Pokemon Red and Blue had no shiny Pokemon. That was not even possible. I remember he told me that within the era of, like, Gold and Silver. We were all hopping on Gold and Silver, and that was, like, when shiny Pokemon were becoming a thing. And I guess we both were under the assumption that had already been a thing. In Red and Blue. Imagine lying to impress your friends. It would never be me. Maybe they meant Pokemon Fire. No, I think that had not come out yet, I'm pretty sure. The one shiny I've ever found was back in Silver, and my kid self obliterated that sucker without realizing how rare it was. Do you remember which Pokemon it was? It was a seal in Lugia's cave. That's kinda good, but probably not it, right? Hold on. Hold on. No, it's gonna mess up, isn't it? Damn, I knew it, I knew it! I knew that was not it. Something I could just feel it. This is fucked up. It really is. Remember, kids, the most insidious thing about gambling is trying to win back your money. That is how they hook you. Always be aware of it. But I can't win back my money here. All I can do is get Yoshi. So it's fine. It's just morally correct gambling. I think you should reset the position. I don't know. Maybe I should. It's kind of hard to grab it like this, isn't it? I can do it. I promise I won't spend forever gambling. So damn close, right? Holy shit. I did it. Challenge again? I'm good, man. Actually, I do kind of want some other stuff, but can I get my prize?
Apple!
Thanks. What do I do with this? Yoshi doll, you can't count how many games you've seen him in now? Yeah. What do I do with this now that I have it, though? What do I do? Okay, it's just there now. I guess that's all there is to it. You know, I don't really gamble in real life. I don't know. Do I have to throw that out there? Not actually encouraging gambling? Maybe I don't. Maybe? Maybe? Potentially? Could it be? Nah, damn it. Probably can't pick it up right anyway like this, but... maybe worth a shot. Oh? 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 What the fuck? No, I did not think that was possible. Holy shit. Gambling works. Never mind, gambling is awesome. I'm gonna go gamble in real life. I take it all back. Always bet on Matchi, baby. Pretty sure. I'm sure. What the fuck? No, these are from Mario. I get the strangest feeling. It looks spiny. I can't jump. This is throwing me off. I'm supposed to be able to jump in a game like this. Man, this is really beautiful. Doesn't this look amazing in our direction? The plants and the Goombas and the strange, like, almost claymation feeling. We're looking bokoblins, yeah. Maybe these are bokoblin babies. This is so beautiful. I can't get over this. I'm getting like weirdly nostalgic feelings by looking at these plants where I'm like, yeah, this is just like the plants I used to see in video games when I was a kid. So cool. Life is beautiful, guys. No, wait, I did it too early. Whoa, no, I did it again. I'm back. What the fuck? I don't like that guy. Hold on. Okay, I think I can get the gist of it. Jump over. That feels like what a go-go gabagool gremlin might look like. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe that's too insulting. I think maybe a go-go gabagool gremlin would be healthier. That's me? Okay. Fair enough. Maybe it's not gremlin. It is definitely go-go gabagool, but it's not gremlin enough. You know what I mean? It's on the verge. To be a gremlin, it would have to be like smaller and more green. Oh my god, it was a little fairy all along. British Kirby? No, we can't. No, it's not a British Kirby. We can't have another one. Hold on. Could I make a British Kirby right now? I mean, this is already pretty pink. I was gonna make this look pink. But that's already pretty damn pink. It's like, what else do I need to do to make this British Kirby? Holy shit. That's pretty good. There we go. It's your stream, you can make mold. I don't want to make mold Kirby, that's horrifying. This is too real now. It's British Kirby. Canon British Kirby. Sugoi. Draw him shoes! No, hold on, actually, what does Kirby's shoes look like? Can I do that? Kirby shoes? Can I just Google that real quick? Kirby shoes? Never search Kirby feet. Good, I'm good. There we go. It's kind of, yeah, that's Kirby. Perfect. It needs to be circular. I don't think I can do that with OBS. I don't think I can. Let me delete the game I'm playing real quick. This is a great bit. Is it a good bit? Wait, can I jump over the flowers? No, I can't. I died. I died. I hope you're happy, Peculiar Oomph. You didn't even suggest... you suggested the rude things. The green and dry Peculiar Oomph gives a meaningful apology. Well, you are green, which means you are apologetic. Fine. Would you be more willing to forgive someone's apology if they were green? I think there might be something to that. Would you forgive him if for rapidly blinking red and only one from death? You know what? I would do that, actually. I feel like that is something I would be like... I would feel bad for... I guess I would have to. I guess I would just have to because I would feel so bad for him. And like, I can tell you're dying. What if your friend arrived to your place, but they were like blinking red? You'd be like, holy shit, dude, are you okay? Yeah. Also, I ate your soap while I was in the bathroom. What, but you just got here. No. I don't know, I wouldn't even... I would just forgive them immediately. Are we like that because of the soap? I guess that's a good question. Maybe they snuck into my bathroom, ate the soap, and now they're like blinking red from taking damage. I toss a first aid kit at them, striking them, and dealing the final blow by mistake. That feels too real. Did that actually happen in real life? Are you... Is this serious? Are you being serious right now? Maybe? What the hell? No, I'm calling the cops. Streamer who calls the cops on a chatter. Pretty good bit. Tell me your legal name right now. Tell me your address. I'm on the line with the police. Yeah, hello? Yeah, a chatter just admitted to murder in my chat. Yeah, I can wait. Gaba Ghoul. Huh. What does the G stand for? Gerald? Oh yeah, I can jump over here now. Good person. Okay, you know what? You won me over. How can I say no to that smile? I'm kind of curious about, like, remaking a video game. And what it must be like to remake a video game with a new engine, and you can't rely on just, like, updating the graphics with the old engine. I mean, I'm assuming this game was not made with the same engine that they used to develop the Game Boy game. Probably not. Monkey? Will it eat the monkey? Holy shit! It ate the monkey. No, I didn't want it. I didn't actually want it to happen. I didn't mean it to eat the monkey. Do you have any advice on making a VTuber model? I don't know anything about it. Oh my god, I'm taking damage. Well, the only thing I've done is, like, PNG tubers, like what you're currently looking at. That is what I have done. I guess my advice is, I don't know if this is, like, quote-unquote good advice, but I feel like my advice on a VTuber model is, like, you should consider making something simpler. You should consider making a VTuber model from the perspective, like, would people be willing to draw this? And could people draw this in a simple way? Because I feel like that's the one thing that, like, keeps me from drawing, making fan art. It's just like, if the model is too complicated, then I give up immediately. And if you want fan art, or if you want people to, like... I mean, here's the thing, I guess. It's sort of like... The whole point of having an intricate, detailed VTuber model is that you want to draw attention, and you want to draw people to the stream. But that's also a part of, like, what kind of person are you? Do you know what I mean? I think your VTuber model should kind of, like, give an indication of what kind of vibe you're bringing to the stream. And something, if you're a chill guy, you should consider having something simple. I think is my advice. Not only because you want, like, fan art or being simple, easy to draw. Think about streaming the drums in some arcade games. Maybe I'll make a model. Oh, yeah, that's a good idea. I think it's generally a good idea to... I guess this is my complaint about VTubers in general. I always seem to have some kind of complaint about VTubers or whatever. But I kind of feel like a lot of VTubers do the wrong thing by trying to imitate the whole, like, idol thing. Because most VTubers are not idols, and they're not trying to be idols. So, I don't know. I think I get a bit confused when I see someone imitating the whole idol thing, but then their personality is not idol. Do you know what I mean? It's sort of like people adopt the idol culture because they imagine that's what a VTuber is. That's what they do. But you could be so much more, man. Don't you want to be? I don't. Maybe it would be kind of fun to do like a song cover or something someday. But even saying that, I'm like, I don't think I'm doing. I don't think I'm doing that. Match on stage in a cute dressing and dancing, think about it. I'm done thinking about it. I don't think I want it. Shouldn't more VTubers have like gamer or gaming inspired like designs? Not necessarily gamer. I think that would be kind of like almost too much of the same thing. But shouldn't they have designs more inspired by, like, video game characters? Wouldn't that make more sense? I was kind of thinking about that with, like, quote-unquote redesigning or making a new model. Which kind of like, what would more accurately represent myself? And what game would I even try to emulate? But I don't think, I don't know. Mario would just, I guess it would just be Mario. I think maybe the best thing is just to go with whatever you draw and whatever you feel like. You don't really have to imitate anything. But if you really do want to think it out like that in some kind of strategic way, then it might be a good idea to consider, like, well, you are a person playing video games. Maybe you should give off that impression instead of, like, being, like... Well, you definitely should be an idol if you plan on singing and doing, like, performances and stuff like that. Then it makes perfect sense. But you don't have to do that. Honest, maybe this is bad advice, but I feel like you should draw your own model, even if you don't know how to draw. I think there's more charm to that, or like it can be charming, I guess I can make that assumption. It might be worth it to start streaming and just use like an extremely simple drawing. It might be worth trying to draw it by yourself though. Even if it's like a stick figure or something like that. I'm in mold right now. I mean, you could just draw a mold and have that be your VTuber, but I don't know if I would like that branding and what that says about yourself on your stream. I feel weird giving advice on VTuber stuff, because I'm such a low-hanging streamer. I don't know, I don't think that's the right term. I guess I kind of like that about my VTuber model, though, but it's just like a regular guy now. I like the regular guy vibe. But it's very fascinating to see how VTubers develop over time also. Like, I think usually it's not that drastically different, right? Like, it always seems like it's kind of in tune with what they like and their personality. I can't think of anyone who's had, like, a drastic change. But even so, I'm kind of curious about it. It's interesting seeing, like, how people develop their taste and difference and how streaming can affect that. Would it make sense to have a model on screen but not representing the streaming, just something small like a cat sitting? Yeah, I mean, I think anything would make sense. I mean, I have shocking news, everyone. In real life, I don't look like my VTuber model. I mean, this is a character. I mean, how should I put this? My model is a character. And originally it did look more like me, but the more that it became, the more that my character started to look like me, the more I was like, I don't think I vibe with this. Like, I felt like I needed the long hair to, like, make a separation between myself and the character. Like, in real life, I have a big beard, or I'm trying to grow a big beard. I don't really have a big beard. And I'm currently, like, I went back to, like, buzz cuts for my hair. I think it's a good idea to just have a regular guy. And it's also okay to just let it grow over time. Like, originally, I had different ideas for my guy. Early on, I did have an idea of, like, oh, maybe I should have long hair. But then I decided to go against that and be like, nah, I guess I'll go short hair. Because I wanted to try it out first. I didn't just want to immediately settle on, like, a guy with long hair. I wanted to try out and have short hair. So I was like, well, it might be worth it to try it out. And it was. I could even see myself going back to short hair in the future, but now I feel like it kind of suits my character to have long hair. Is the 3DS retro yet? Surely it's not. I think it kind of is. Isn't it? How old is it? When did it come out? Earlier than 2012, right? 20 years, I'd say, is my breakpoint for retro. The 3DS, it's not 20 years, is it? That doesn't sound right. I feel as if I already feel nostalgic for the Switch, the Nintendo Switch. And I feel like a bit of a moron for saying that. That, like, I'm already nostalgic for this console. That I'm playing right now. And that I'm, like, playing all the games for it. But I feel like it's more like my sentiment towards nostalgia is different now, maybe. Where it's like, sort of like, I feel more like I'm actually in the momentum and enjoying the video games. So I kind of feel that sensation. I'm kind of like, I look back on what I'm doing right now. And I'm like, yeah, I want to keep doing that. Does that make sense at all? It kind of has me worried. I mean, not really worried. That would be a silly thing to worry about. But right now, if you're into the Switch, it's very easy to find, like, retro stuff. Or, like, not retro stuff, I mean, it's old stuff being sold on it cheap. If you want to get into the Switch right now, it's like a golden period, because people are selling all their Switch stuff so we can get, like, the Switch 2. So it's kind of perfect for me as someone who's still a Switch enjoyer. Like, oh my god, I can find, like, Donkey Kong Country and all that for, like, super good prices. I have colleagues at work, and they are younger than DS. Oh, no. Switch has been around for almost a decade already. Yeah. It's 10 years old? Something like that? Almost a decade? Yeah, 9 years. Yeah, yeah. I remember now. But I do wonder, like... I guess why it makes me worry a little bit is I'm worried about, like... Is how we look at nostalgia going to be different in the future? I guess I shouldn't try and kill the monkey. Bananas? Bananas? Oh, give to Kiki. I don't think I have that. Oh, I had that. I forgot. Holy shit, monkey army? Alright, thanks. Okay, pretty cute monkey. You won me over. Thanks. I got a stick from that somehow. Okay, we left it behind a stick. Thanks. I guess I'm kind of like... I'm worried for the people selling all their Switch stuff right now. Oh, I can't swim, I forgot. Are they going to regret selling their Switch stuff? Because I think it would make sense, right, to sell your Switch stuff, of course, because, like... Buying a Switch 2 is basically just an upgraded Switch, right? There's not that much of a difference. You can play all the same games and whatnot. I don't think I want to do that. I think when I get my Switch 2, I want to keep holding on to my Switch 1. I don't think I want to, like, sell it or, like, get rid of it. I feel like I have a lot of nostalgia. You can even use your Joy-Con. Yeah, you can use all the old stuff for, like, the new Switch. So it's like, I have no reason to sell it. Well, I guess, you know, if I want to keep it all up to date, then that's a good idea. Good motive for doing it. But I feel like Wii U 2... I mean, I guess that's what the Switch really is, right? This could have been the Wii U 3. I want to hold on to that nostalgia that I have for the Switch. I don't want to let go of it and be like, I'm done. I think I would actually regret that, you know, in the same way that, like, at one point I sold all my retro games and stuff, and I regret that now. And at that time, I thought the same thing of, like, well, why should I hold on to the, like, N64? It's just a bad GameCube. And now I want my GameCube. And I want my N64. But I don't know, maybe it is different now, that everything's so modern and everything can, like, be played on the same thing. I mean, it's basically the same console. I sold my Game Boy Color as a kid. Oh, after 20 years I bought it back from the same person. Okay, that's actually kind of cool. Damn. I have no clue. I mean, I sold my stuff to a store for the cheap. I was very lazy. History within that Game Boy. It is weird to think, though. I mean, sometimes I hold, like, the... Does this sound pathetic? I own, like, Japanese Game Boy games. I mean, Pokemon to be specific. Japanese Pokemon Blue. Japanese Pokemon Silver. And sometimes I hold those, and I just think about, like... There might be, like, a whole history behind these cassettes that I'm holding right now. Like, some kid might have played on this, like, forever. Until he let go of it. And then I hold that in my hand, and all I'm left with being able to do is just imagine the history to it. It could also be the case that no one ever played on it. And maybe that's more unlikely. I wish the world worked this way, where, like, when you die, you could just find out every secret in the world. And you could just be like, what happened with this one thing I missed out on? And you get to learn, like, oh yeah, that game you bought, that was actually owned by, like, Shigeru Miyamoto. What? Really? Yeah. Now you get to learn that. Oh man. Crazy. Yeah, maybe it does, and we just don't know. Maybe it's a very Buddhist thing. I can't keep bringing up Buddhism, I'm done with it. A Buddhist thing where everything is nothing, you know? By learning nothing, you learn everything. Oh wow, that does not make sense at all. But it sounds like comforting, so I guess I'll just accept it as a truth. Yeah, I don't know, maybe... I don't know why. I mean, I don't know. What am I saying? I guess I know why I'm feeling more precious about nostalgia now. I kind of look at it differently, I guess. I kind of want to preserve more things. Because as a teen, I didn't really care about that thing. I thought everything would last forever. Now I'm very aware how little things last. And I'm like, holy shit. I can't just go to the store and grab like a game console anymore. That's just not a thing anymore. It's kind of weird to think. I assume this is not the case everywhere, but in my city, there's no, like, pure video game store. They just don't exist anymore. They cease to be. I don't know, I miss that. Because I'm like, as a kid, I used to enjoy that. I'm not even as a kid, but, like, everything is so ephemeral, yeah. It really is. I miss being able to walk through a game store, and I don't have the ability to do that anymore. At the same time, I mean, I'm a part of the problem, and I kind of think it's for... Even now, I kind of think it's for the best, in a way, that everything is digital. I mean, it is good that everything is digital now, but it's just so sad that it also is gone. It is a bit of a hassle to have too many physical games. It's good that games are just, like, available, and anyone can play them. I mean, everything is better now. Like, oh, okay, I can talk to a tree. That was a surprise. I'll tell you a secret. These are sort of Poke dungeon walls. If you hear a whole clank, you can break through a wall with a bomb. Okay, okay. I miss video games, I say, as I'm playing a video game. The launches of the DS Pokemon games were, like, very important memories for me. We always got the games together as a group and played with all day. I wish I could have been a part of that now. I had felt... I fell out of Pokemon. I guess after the second generation. I did enjoy the second generation. But after that, I was kind of over it. But I wish I had been part of it. Now I look back at all that and I'm like, I wish I could have been there and played all the old Pokemon games. On the DS and 3DS and whatnot. Wrong... I feel like those wrong generation kids. Except I was in that generation, I just missed out on it. Like, no, me too, me too. Oh yeah, I kind of sort of remember that. I was kind of there. Sad. I mean, I don't have to be sad about it. It doesn't have to be sad. I was there for other stuff. I was there for Melee, I guess, and Luigi's Mansion, and, Time Splitters. What was the most interesting game launch I've been to? I guess none of those had, like, proper big game launches, right? Maybe it was just a World of Warcraft launch. Hell yes, Time Splitters, yeah, that was a big one for me. I don't know. I remember just seeing Time Splitters 2 in the magazine and being like, this looks good. Then I called my dad while he was at work, and I was like, hey, could you pick up this game for me on your way home? And he was like, okay. And that's how I got Time Splitters. My dad was that kind. I mean, still is. He's still alive. I could probably do that. I could probably do that now if I wanted to. But now I don't want to do that to my dad. Hey, Dad, could you just buy this game for me on your way home from work? Yeah, okay. I think it would feel morally wrong now. I would be misusing that power. Do I have any final thoughts on nostalgia? I guess I am... I wonder, like, what the future of nostalgia is like. And I guess it's sort of like... I think some people have said, like, the age of nostalgia ended with, like, the 2000s, and people are never gonna be nostalgic for anything ever again. Which I don't think is real. I don't think that's a real thing. I mean, there has been a bit of a meme lately of, like, nostalgia for 2016. But some people have argued that's, like, ironic, because there is no nostalgia for 2016. Which I can kind of see. I don't know how I feel about any of this. I don't think I'm, like, with it enough to properly comment on it. But I do find it all very, like, fascinating. Like, is nostalgia for 2016, like, fake? Like, it's weird to think, but, like, I don't... It's hard for me to, like, remember or recall, like, what was I doing in 2016? What was happening? What was going on in my life? 2016. Let me think back real quick. What the hell happened? I think 2000. I actually think that was like when I released my first YouTube video, wasn't it? Like, I've been on YouTube for like 10 years now. Weird to think. Maybe not my first YouTube video, but I think that was like... Ooh. Was it 10 years ago? No, I think I made my account then. I don't think I made a video back then. I read that people are nostalgic for the launch of Pokemon Go. Can kind of understand that, yeah. Can I just look up real quick how old is my earliest video that's public on YouTube? I do have some older ones before that. But they're not really, I don't know, they're just not good, or like, not with the momentum of like what I'm doing. Okay, yeah, 10 years ago is my earliest video it's public. It's me saying what's up.
What's up?
How the fuck did I do that voice? I recorded this voice, and I just put it up on YouTube because I was like, what the hell is this? How did I do that voice?
What's up?
What's up? I can't do it.
What's up?
That's me. That's baby me. Also, did people see? Do people know? MatchiPoko is back on YouTube, baby. That was Matchi Matthias for a while on my second clip channel. Then I immediately regretted it, and I was like, this is... Why did I do that? I changed it because I thought, why do I have Poko in my name? Why do I have that? No one knows me as Poko. Why do I have that at the end of my name? It would make more sense to be Matchi Matthias, because that's Matchi and it's Matthias in one name. But as soon as it was gone, I realized my mistake, and I was like, I miss Poko. I don't know why. That just needs to be there. MatchiPoko needs to be like an identity for my second self. I can feel it. In time, it will just be a part of me. I don't know, Poko makes no sense, but I can just feel it. And I've tried different things. MatchiPoko, MatchiPoji, MatchiPon. I do also like MatchiPon. Poko's got a whims to it, I think so. I guess I was thinking about this in terms of nostalgia the other day, which was like, would I have had nostalgia for the games I'm nostalgic for if they had always been available? And I think I would have. I mean, I guess. Right? I'm nostalgic for games I still have on Steam and whatnot. I think, maybe. That is for something added to the fact that I did not have the N64 for a long time. And I was nostalgic for those games, maybe. Is for something to nostalgia and the thing being unavailable. It's not that it's better that way, but is it that way? I've been nostalgic for games immediately after finishing them. I guess I feel the same way. I mean, I guess I don't do this anymore. But I definitely had a period where I was like, I don't want to finish a game because I don't want to experience the feeling of like, I'm done with this game. So I just left it there. Actually, I think the earliest on I ever felt that way was with Ocarina of Time, actually. Where I was kind of like, I was about to beat the final boss in Ocarina of Time. Ganondorf, you might have heard of him, was about to beat that guy. And I didn't want to finish the game because I was just like, but then the game is over. What do I do? I feel like, now we still have cameos in video games, right? I guess it's kind of changed cameos. I guess this is actually a topic to talk about cameos in video games, where like, nowadays cameos in video games is just like marketing and DLC and stuff like that. Like there's one Mario strategy game and you can buy the DLC to have Donkey Kong appear. You can buy the DLC to have Rayman. Where's the love, man? Where's the love for Donkey Kong? Where's the love for Rayman? They should add an insane amount of Mario characters all of a sudden out of nowhere. It would be cool. I mean, how would actually people react to that? I think people would be happy with that, actually. Even if it was like, we added 100 new characters to Mario. We're making a new Mario game, 3D Mario. And we've added like 10 new princesses, 10 new Mario Brothers, 10 new Warios. Maybe people would be upset, but I would be like, holy shit. Maybe this is perfect. Oh my god, an egg. Actually, I had an egg before stream. Maybe that's messed up. Maybe I shouldn't admit to that. Egg. What if Mario laid an egg? Maybe we shouldn't think about it, actually. There it is, the Mario egg. Mario, did you lay this egg? No. Mario. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. I don't know what. I don't know. I don't like the idea of Mario having to defend himself from these allegations. But I don't know yet if they're true or not. You want it? I don't think I'd eat a human egg. Assuming that you are human. First answer me if you're human or not, then hand me the egg. I just got back. What is this bit? The bit is, what if Mario laid an egg? I did not ask if anyone would eat it. That's not what I was asking. I had not even determined yet if Mario laid the egg. He's just denying it currently. The bit is, did Mario lay it? He laid an egg. I'll just say it. Mario laid an egg. I would not eat it. If it was Mario, I would not eat the egg. I'm pretty sure. I'm dead. Marios are born out of meatball eggs. I can kind of see that. Pasta. Yeah. Is Mario human? I think he is, right? Is that where baby Mario's from? Isn't he carried in a stork? I guess maybe he did spawn from an egg. I mean, that could be a thing in the Mario universe, right? You never know. A pasta nest with meatball eggs. Do the Italians lay eggs? Oh, I can do that on that. Every time Mario dies, another Mario's hatched and replaces. I think this is like, this is what happens when fans like go crazy with lore, and you allow the fans to make their own lore. When Star Wars are like, oh, the fans decide everything, and then all of a sudden you have like, no, it's actually canon that Luke lays eggs, and each generation of Jedi are spawned from eggs. It's like, what the fuck is this? Give it back. Don't let the fans control the canon. Don't do that. Cancel everything. I don't think Mario lays egg. I just want to I don't think I should. I think I need to clarify that. And I don't think he should. Maybe that is more controversial to say. Maybe that would have said one person who's very desperate about this. Actually, Mario's egg was my comfort character. Okay? That was the egg of Mario when you took it away from me. Where was I going with my Mario egg? What was I talking about? I think I had something to say before I started talking about Mario laying eggs, but I can't even recall. Oh yeah, what if you introduce like 100 Mario characters in one game? It would be cool. Nintendo will never do it. Maybe not never. Your brain is scrambled, maybe. I think I'm trying to see if I can stream for 5 hours. And I think I have actually noticed a pattern to my streams. Or like the longer I stream, the more incoherent I become, or the more weird I start talking about weird theories and stuff. There could be something to that. You never know. Don't burn yourself out, man. I'll try. I just want to see if I can do it. I am talking about Mario eggs, but I think I'm doing good. It's content. Should it be? Should everything be content? It's about the life I want to live. Maybe I don't have to get existential about it. Haha, yes. Content, Smiles. Guys, it's content. Hooray. Actually, the new Mario Tennis looks kind of good. Also, I guess I was thinking about this. Like, I hate Baby Mario. Baby Mario sucks. But then I saw Japanese artists draw, like, Teenager Mario and Teenager Luigi and Teenager Peach, and I was like, holy shit, that looks super cute and cool. I wish I could remember the artist's name. Yeah, Baby Mario hater, that's me. Not a fan. They made Mario look kind of cool by making him a teenager. It kind of suited him in a weird way. Is Baby Mario supposed to be Mario? Is it Mario's? I think it's Mario as a baby, and that's it, right? That's all there is to it. What about the other babies? No, I hate babies. Not a fan. So Yoshi's old. I think Yoshi is old, but Yoshi probably aged different, don't they? The species. I mean, Yoshi is a dinosaur. He's probably been around for a long time. When are we getting a game with Teen Mario, Teen Luigi? I mean, it would be kind of good, wouldn't it? Like, it's kind of weird to imagine. It's sort of like in between Baby Mario and Adult Mario, and Mario doesn't have a mustache. But maybe the game is just about Mario earning his mustache. And by the end, he has a mustache, and you're like, wow, Mario is a man. What if Teen Mario wears one of those novelty glasses that have a mustache? I guess it would also have some kind of appeal to it. Probably gets the idea. I guess I would kind of enjoy that, actually. I would be fine with that. It would be a nice way to cheat in the mustache. Here's what you didn't know about Mario's mustache. Holy shit, this could be a video essay. New video essay idea. Here's what you didn't know about Mario's mustache. It's just a video essay guy trying to come up with the slightest clue of like what the fuck he can talk about. He's completely run out of ideas. Here's things you didn't know about Mario's mustache. Mario first appeared in, no, they know that. Mario's mustache was originally 12 pixels, but today it's over 1,000 pixels. Mario's mustache was originally designed to appeal to the ladies. You're just making stuff up. That's just you thinking that. Do you know Mario was originally was designed with a handlebar mustache, but I was deemed too aggressive? It's just made up. This has to be made up. I can kind of see it. Maybe it was. I don't know. It sounds kind of real. It is? Oh my god. I can see it. I think I would have liked that. I think it would have added a bit of interesting character. I mean, he is full of character even now. It would have been its own kind of character. I can kind of see what they would mean, too aggressive. I would not be able to look at Mario the same way. In the Nintendo archives, there's a secret doodle of Mario with Chaplin mustache drawn by Miyamoto. Oh my god. One of my friends, I learned this the other day, she thought that Mario was a doctor. Because the first Mario game she ever played was Dr. Mario. So she was really confused later when he was doing all the plumbing stuff. And it's like, why Mario's a doctor though? Why is he doing this? And it took her a long time to realize like Dr. Mario wasn't like his full name or like what he was fully called. It does make sense. Like why would you make Dr. Mario? What if Dr. Mario is the first game chronologically? It could be. I mean, it could have lost his license or like maybe he had like a license in wherever it came from, Dunk City. I don't know if that's actually where it came from. But then he lost it, or like it wasn't deemed like a legit license in the Mushroom Kingdom. Mario has a PhD, Mario teaches typing, he's got his plumbing certificate. What can't Mario do? Even has a hotel. Mario has too much going. I mean, this is a legitimate case for hating Mario, but I can't say that I hate Mario anymore. I can't say that. That's not me. I'm not a Mario hater in its pure form. Mario has a pure soul. It would take some kind of monster to hate Mario. Has he driven a forklift? I bet he probably has, and he has a license for it. Or, you know, he probably got one online or whatever. He got one as a birthday gift. Imagine getting a forklift license as a birthday gift. What would you tell your parents? Like, I can't drive a forklift. Why? Don't give me this. But now, you always wanted one, didn't you? No, thanks. Secrets are like water when it comes to bridges. Alright. Cool for you to say. Not for me to know. You would play a game where Mario drives like a forklift? Yeah, of course I would. I mean, Mario forklift game? Mario could do anything, and I would play it. Mario Tennis is coming out. I kind of want to play that. It kind of looks good. I don't know. I mean, it would make sense, though. He can do it. He can do anything. He's a role model or whatever. Oh yeah, I played, I bought a game earlier today. Assassin's Creed Shadows? Guys, it's not very good. I hate to be the bearer of bad news. The new Assassin's Creed sucks. I don't even know if it's a new one anymore. I really thought I could get away with it. No, yeah, I'm sorry. I thought maybe I would enjoy it because it's Japan. Well, guess what? It's not very good. The story sucks. It looks ugly. Was bad gameplay. Somehow they made the Assassin's Creed gameplay even worse. Didn't Ubisoft cancel all of their games in production? I think I vaguely recall something like that. I think they're in they're having troubles, aren't they? I hate when a story starts off and it's just like, here's your main character, haha, living peaceful life. Oh, my dad is dying because evil guy has come to the village. It's like, who gives a shit? Who cares? Why should I care about this main character who I know nothing about? And their relative dying who I know nothing about? I know nothing about these people. Why should I be invested just because your dad is dying? I don't know your dad. I don't know what he likes. Do you like soup? Yeah. If so, what is your favorite soup and least favorite? I don't know. I like tomato soup a lot, but I think I've had too much tomato soup at this point. It feels like such a cheap way to do storytelling when it's just like, here's a guy, and he's dying, and now go avenge him. It's like, who cares? Just it would be way better if you just immediately introduced me to the world and let me live and go explore. Just introducing me to some fake objective that I don't care about. Irish soup? Can you not be apples of the trees? What the hell? Are you a genius? Green apple? Love green apples. Yeah, I'm a fan. I think I prefer it over red apples now. I think I can concretely say that. I think last time I did a fruit tier list, I put it on the same thing, didn't I? Same list, same tier. I'd put green higher now. I'm here to say it. Red apple? Look, it's just apple. That's kind of messed up, isn't it? Green apple is green apple. Red apple is just apple. Let's see what we're doing. What was I thinking about? That's not Mario, Po, or egg related. What if Mario put eggs between his toes? Would we like... Would he have fun? He would go, wahoo! Welcome to my stream. Aren't you glad you're here?
What the fuck are you talking about?
Oh no, I think it would have fun. I think it would enjoy it. I did have an egg. I did say this. I had an egg before stream. Alright, so it feels very much, I don't know, on topic. Please tell me you mean you ate an egg. I did eat an egg. Did I not clarify that? I just had an egg. I guess that's every place. So true. Trees are alive. Also true. Is that weird to be a tree? Maybe. Would you rather be a tree than nothing? Try to explain life to a tree. Try to explain Mario to a tree. You know, if you tried to explain Mario to a tree... No, I swear I have an interesting point. It's going to be super interesting. If you try to explain Mario to a tree, do you think you would just get Link? Like a tree cannot envision red, so it just knows all there is, which is green, to a tree. And a funny guy is Link. Yeah, sure, man. Can't type anymore because cat on lap. Understandable. Now, I'm saying something really important about Mario and trees, explaining Mario to a tree. Trees kind of have their own language, don't they? Something like that, I don't know. Don't they have roots, and they communicate through the roots, something like that. Could you teach a tree to play Mario through a root? Do you know what I mean? Like, through how trees communicate with each other, through the connections they build. Could you build, like, an artificial tree that connects to these roots, but through that they play Mario? And what kind of tree would you get? You know, over 1,000 years, you would get a bunch of trees that are contorted to be Mario's face. And they're going, woohoo! You get trees that can jump. Maybe. Maybe that's a conclusion. And it would be beautiful and they would be free. Communicate with a tree. Welcome to the best channel on Twitch. What would you tell a tree if you could tell a tree anything? And you have to bear in mind what intellectual level a tree is on. You can't discuss, like, anything too complicated. What could you inform it about life that you would need to inform the tree? Doesn't have to be Mario. I mean, it would be too depressing if you just told it what happens to trees here. Yeah, you get turned into paper, man. You get turned into toilet paper. Sorry to say. We use you as furniture. You're out of paper, that's a market too, that's true. Holy shit. Oh my god, the fate of every tree is to become a Mario? That's beautiful. Maybe that's what I would tell a tree. Every tree is destined to become a Mario. And the tree would shed a tear. What would you do if you found a peak point helmet? What is that? I feel like... Oh, like the ape escape helmet? It showed me this. This is the only thing, but it's also showing me just like regular helmets. I mean, would the ape escape helmet work on me? Because I'm human? I'm not a monkey, so what would it activate in me? Would it just activate something inside of me that I didn't know? Would I just become a normal person? Like, holy shit, I need to get a wife and a job. I'm wearing my special normal helmet. It's my boy before he turned evil. He is a very cute monkey. I really vibe with him. Even as a kid, I was like, man, I don't like monkeys, but that guy is pretty damn cool. Matthias, do you have any favorite indie games? I hate to say this, but I feel like I don't like a single indie game. Like, I do love the idea of indie games, but like, whenever people are like, name 5 indie games, I'm just like, I can't name a single good one. What's a good indie game? I hate it. No, I love game devs. I love supporting game devs. Here's something real. I guess this is kind of embarrassing to admit. I was trying to look for footage of Mario Party Jamboree, and I opened up YouTube, and there was a video of someone playing like a modded version of a Mario Party where they had added Sonic to the game. And I bought Mario Party Jamboree thinking, holy shit, they added Sonic to Mario Party. But as like a secret character. Because I had heard you had to unlock like 2 secret characters, and I was like, holy shit, Sonic is in Mario Party? And it took me a while to realize, oh, it's just Ninja, and like the other guy. How stupid I felt. I felt so dumb after that, like, how, what? Obviously everyone would be talking about that. No one would be able to keep that a secret, like, they put Sonic in Mario Party. And ever since, I think that kind of spurred something in me where I was like, I wish that was true. For a little while, I lived in a world where that was true, where Sonic was in Mario Party. I feel like this is partially not my fault, because why would you talk about Mario Party Jamboree and show modded footage of a previous Mario Party game? I feel like that's misleading your audience. This is like a playground rumor. Hey, if they unlock frickin' Goku and Melee. Man, I really got playground rumored in this day and age. They said it would never happen, not to the gamer. Here I am like a moron. I feel so stupid for having been tricked into that. I guess it wasn't a real trick, but it was so like casual. I just accepted it as the truth. Like, holy shit, that's Sonic in Mario Party. I did hear about the Pokemon leaks. People were talking about this. Maybe it's okay to talk about this as a Pokemon leak from a new Pokemon. The leak was, apparently, the game looks good. And this had people shocked. Like, what the fuck? Pokemon game that looks good? No, it's impossible. It can't happen, it can't be. Well, so said the leak. It's such a funny thing to leak, also. Like, the leak is... the game looks good. What the hell? I will believe it when I say it. I feel like it's such a dumb thing to leak that I don't actually believe it's real. The leak is the new Pokemon game is playable. I don't believe it. I don't believe that. Dorkly parody where Mario dies and doesn't come back. I feel like we need to bring back Dorkly specifically so that I can write for them and monetize the whole thing and do everything for them. I was earlier today, I was genuinely thinking about, like, what if I just turn my main channel into a bunch of, like, video game parodies? Bring back Dorkly, we're still around? Oh. Oh, right, hooray! Oh, that's so cool. No, I love them, I'm a big fan. Haha. They're still around? I thought they died. Weren't they a part of, like, College Humor? Didn't College Humor die? What if the mushrooms if Mario were like drugs? Here's what, am I insane, actually? What if the mushrooms in Mario were like drugs? I think I could make that video, and I could make it good, but I think that's probably what every single person who makes that video thinks, right? No, this time it's gonna be really good, right? All my past videos are bad, and I could make a Mario Does Drugs video but good should not be in the same paragraph. Maybe I have lost my mind, I don't know, maybe, but I kind of think it's true. All my past videos are bad, and the only good video I've ever made is me talking about Mario. I think a problem with a lot of my older videos is just like, I think they're not funny enough, and I think a lot of them are a bit too serious. I mean, I am a bit pessimistic about my old stuff, but I think that's probably something that happens to every person. Wasn't the last video too serious? Yeah, it was. But I don't know. I'm saying all of this, but it could just be the case when I'm like a bit burnt out on that kind of stuff, right? I'm saying all of this, but I think I'm not serious about it at the same time. I think I am a bit burned out on certain kinds of videos, and I'm seeing the potential for stuff that I feel like I haven't done enough of, maybe. Well, it's just probably the case of, like, whenever you make something, and it has, like, a long-lasting thing, you get tired of it over time. I think the first video I came across was one about the door on the space station. Yeah. Man, that's a weird one now with, like, AI being the way it is. I feel like that video is kind of lost, like, I don't know, its charm. Because now it's just like, AI fucking sucks. I cannot associate with this AI door. And it has happened occasionally that some guy has been like, my boss showed me this video while talking about AI, and that makes me think, like, should I just delete this video? I'm not gonna do that, obviously, but it does make me want to put, like, a big thing in front of it. Like, if your boss sent you here to talk about AI, then he did that because he's trying to scam you. He doesn't understand what AI is, and he has confused what an LLM language learning model is for real AI. He doesn't know. Your boss is a moron. That's fucking heartbreaking. I guess so. Redo the video. I guess that might be a... No, I don't want to do any kind of video that talks about AI. Because it's just, like, too depressing. Post it at the optimal time. Maybe. Space Store sequel where it instantly kills me astronaut by sucking through the air. I mean, that is what the real AI video would just be like. The door would kill the astronaut, and then when he's dead, the door would just be like, oh, whoops, sorry, it looks like I made a mistake here. I can help you improve on this for next time. Tried to convince my mother once that AI is bad, and she was like, bah, AI is everywhere nowadays, and it's that very internal of human. Yeah, my parents are kind of like that too, also. Like, they just don't care, and they can't even tell the difference. Like, my mom once showed me a video of Elon Musk, and she was like, you know, Elon Musk is really smart. Look at what he said here. It's an AI-generated video of Elon Musk saying basically, like, if you want to make strong, you've got to take, like, cold showers. And you have to wake up early. And also, you should follow BeStrongPodcast.com for more helpful tips. Just like, Mom, this is an AI-generated video. She was like, oh, okay. No, oh, I guess I didn't know. Is it weird to say that Pink Mario... Pink Mario? Wait, holy shit, Pink Mario? I was gonna say, is it weird to say Baby Mario's grown on me a little bit? Just like, oh, you know what, it's kind of cute, Mario. Not quite what I would prefer. It's kind of cute. Pink Mario? That's a whole different creation. Sakura. You could call him Sakura Mario. That would make it seem cool. Baby Donkey Kong. Is there a Baby Donkey Kong? I don't think there is, right? Might be interesting though, right? Isn't Donkey Kong Jr. like, I don't know, a bad version of Diddy Kong? What the fuck is this? No, is this? First I have to check, is this real? Baby DK from Yoshi's Island DS? I do not vibe with this. This is fucked up. It's real. I don't like Baby Donkey Kong. I don't think it works. Ew. Yeah, actually, no, the sprite looks way better. The pixel art. That looks way better. As a 3D model, as a 3D model, it does not work. Show me Baby Donkey Kong T-posing. Okay. Lifeless. Yeah, computer, show me lifeless Baby Donkey Kong. DS error renders are not the best, yeah. Apparently. There's so much of Baby Donkey Kong, and they only showed him once. I just have to show this. Just him facing me right there forward. What expression is this? He's a baby and he knows too much. I kind of vibe with it. There's something charming about the whole head being like blurry, bad pixel. I don't remember my first ever nightmare, but I do remember my first ever lucid dream kind of nightmare. Have you guys ever had that dream where you're half awake, half there, and you see like a guy? I've never actually had that you see the guy, but one time as a kid I had that kind of dream that felt like real. And the dream was that there was a big wolf that had its paw on my chest, and it was like holding me down by just like it was so massive, you know, it was unrealistically massive. It was this huge wolf, and it was glaring into me like it was about to dig in and start eating my chest, like it was going to like rip into my chest and eat my heart. And it was like being held down by this huge wolf. But then I woke up from that and I was like, holy shit, that was a badass. I did, that nightmare just made me go like, wow, that was really cool. I was kind of glad that I had that experience. And then I think I ended up trying to write that into like a story or something like that. And here's another I told my friend about that story. I told my friend about my badass cool wolf lucid dream, and then he was like, yeah, me too. But what? No, I know I've also had that dream. No, he fucking did not. He was trying to steal my dream that I legitimately had. He was he just made up on the spot that he had that dream. No, you fucking did not. That was my dream. I had it. You think a Zelda game that featured talking OC would work? The flaw being that you have it to save Link. I think so. Yeah. I think saving Link would be, like, cool. Right? Does anyone know what I'm talking about when I say the image of, like, someone who requested fan art of his OC shooting a bow with Link? Does anyone know? Shooting a bow? But he said shooting a bow. That's all I think of, and maybe I can... I think this is what I would want to turn into a game. No idea? The person in this image is called Raven. He uses a bow in combat most of the time. Can someone draw me a picture of him and Link standing next to each other, getting ready to fire a bow at an enemy? The enemy can be whatever you want. So there they are. He fires the bow. Like the bow instead of the arrow. Fire a bow at an enemy. Shit, I meant to say fire. That's all I think about. This would be a beautiful game, right? I would like to have like an OC with Link, but you're both like morons. Like maybe the plot of the game could be like, both of you are fucking stupid, so you need to work up together because you're both dumb. It's like, oh my, that would be such a good like plot thing though. Like two himbos having to work together. It feels kind of good. What would you rename Nintendo? Just if you can name it something else? Actually, I was thinking of like company names the other day, and I came up with a really good company name, but I can't ever use it. But the name of my company idea was Mr. Tanaka from Osaka. And you could add anything to the end of that, like Mr. Tanaka from Osaka Productions, Mr. Tanaka from Osaka, like, Entertainment, Mr. Tanaka from Osaka Design. It sounds so, like, familiar and like a real person, but I can't use that. Because I'm just a guy from Sweden. I can't have that name. It has to specifically be associated with a Mr. Tanaka who lives in Osaka. I feel like maybe I would just rename Nintendo to Mr. Tanaka from Osaka, even though Nintendo is from Kyoto. We're not even from Osaka. Grappling hook thing. I was not aware that was a thing in the game. But maybe that would make sense. That would solve, like, all of my problems right now if I had a grappling hook. I sound like every Nintendo game designer right now. A grappling hook would solve every problem. You can't solve all your problems with a grappling hook. That's what my therapist tried to tell me. Then I grappling hooked my therapist. Now I'm in a lawsuit. Now I have a lot of more problems going on. But I think I can solve it with my grappling hook. I could solve most of them. The court will not expect the addition of my grappling hook. Bye-bye. Oh, grappling hook! Oh my god, this is gonna solve all my problems. My therapist is not gonna like this one. How would you convince Miyamoto that you're his true successor for the job at Nintendo? I would say, hey, Yellow Mario. And he would, like, spit out his... This is a bit, I'm just rehashing an old bit. I already did this bit before. The bit about Yellow Mario getting me hired at Nintendo. Because it's like 3 traffic lights. Luigi, green, Mario, red, yellow. The yellow lights. That could be, I guess that could be Wario, but don't think about that. Would spit out a big Ed and would hatch into a baby Mario. I don't think I can do that. I think there's a single thing that makes me able to do that. You get 100 rupees, you're happy. Am I though? I had like hundreds of rupees before this. I had so many rupees before this one though. Is this is gonna solve all my problems? I'm 3 times more happy. I have 300 rupees. If you taught a college course about Mario, would you give extra credit to students that already know plumbing? No, I think plumbing is like the least important part of Mario. Like, anyone can do that. When in a Mario game has he ever done actual real plumbing? He's only going through pipes. You could go through a pipe right now. It would not be a problem. You can do it. I believe in you. But grappling hook really does so. Probably it really does. Where would you go? What would you do if you had a grappling hook in real life? Like, I feel like I could just go anywhere in a weird way. Okay, not like that. Okay, maybe I can grappling hook this problem. Holy shit, it worked. Oh my god. Could we make a video game that's all grappling hook? Is that possible? Maybe this is like a new game idea? Could be something to this, like... This is the perfect replacement for Mario. Just have a guy whose whole shtick is the grappling hook, and all you do is grappling hook around. This is a really good idea. Video game. If you worked at a bank, would you approve Kirby for a home loan? Yeah. I think Kirby is kind of destructive, but probably not about its own property, right? I think it would be a solid investment or something. I don't know. Is it called an investment? Probably not. Quickly use the grappling hook to heal yourself. I mean, maybe. Maybe you could use it on some, like, medicinal plants, and that would heal you. Isn't it weird that alchemy is real? That, like, real medicine is just alchemy? Like, medicinal plants sound so made up, and that's, like... that's, like, 90% of alchemy. Just like, here's a medicinal plant in pill form. Oh my god, I feel so good. The idea of a healing potion seems so stupid. But you could probably just make one in real life. You could just make a healing potion. What about turning your mom into a dog? Is that alchemy? Yeah. Maybe in Dreamland there wouldn't be anything bad like home ownership. Yeah, that's true. Hold on, that's socialism. No, we can't allow for that. That's not why I'm red today. As a VTuber, I only talk about appropriate social issues, like, inflation. Things are so expensive. Yes, I can monetize that. One time, in school, I was having, like, what's it called? Social science? Social economics? Something like that? My teacher was talking about, like, you know, women also talk about politics, but they do it in a different way from men. And she said, like, for example, women politics can be something like discussing the prices of groceries. And then later I referenced her point about, like, you know, women talk differently about, like, economy, like, the prices of groceries. And when I said that, the whole class was, like, shocked by my statement. And my teacher was like, Matthias, do you think that's appropriate to say? And I'm like, what the fuck? That's why I'm repeating what you said. You taught me about this. I'm repeating I thought I was gonna be clever and repeat, like, your point and get, like, social approval for that. And now I'm being, I'm, like, being shamed for talking about your point about women talking about groceries as a form of politics. You think I came up with this? I'm, like, 14 years old, man. Your teacher said women be shopping. Yeah, and it was really clever when she said it, okay? It was not okay for me to say that. Anyway, that was one of my social humiliations. I just have such a strong memory of that. And it wasn't even, like, too far away from when she said it. It was, like, right after that. It was, like, within minutes. And then everyone was shocked by me saying it. Like, no, did none of you pay attention to what she was talking about? It wasn't even my idea. Mario's so expensive. When will Mario deflate? This is a... I mean, it shouldn't be an inappropriate question, but somehow it feels inappropriate. Teachers are kind of weird. Like, nothing crazy said there. But it's weird realizing that they are human beings when you're a kid. I remember there was, like, a really well-liked teacher at my school, and everyone loved him. And then one day he was leaving, and we were all like, no, 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 we want him to stay, we want him to stay, because he was, like, actually, like, training to be a teacher. And his, like, whole thing was over there. But we all pitched in, like, we want him to work here, we want him to come back. And they were like, well, the kid said so, let's bring him back, the kids want him. And then he came back, and he was, like, a completely different person. He was just, like, one of the kids. I think that got to his head. Where, like, before, he was, like, a professional teacher. Then he heard about, like, we're sending you back to the school because all the kids wanted you to come back. And then he was just like one of the kids. Like he was just like hanging out in the computer place and just being like, hey, you guys want to play video games? What's up, guys? He was like trying to be one of us, but that made it really weird. Like I didn't like that. It was so strange when he tried to be like one of us. I remember one time in class, I was reading this magazine, and I was so bored that I just kept reading it over and over again. And I just picked it up, read it back to back, and I didn't care about the lesson. Picked it up, read it again, didn't care, picked it up, read it again. Then I noticed, like, everyone were looking at me. I was like, what's going on? And apparently the teacher had just said, like, I swear to fucking God, Matthias, if you pick up that magazine and try to, like, pretend to read it again, you're getting out of here. And my friend was like, did you not, like, pay attention to what's going on? And I was just like, no. And later he confronted me about it, like, what was happening? Like, what? I thought it was so cool, like, you didn't care at all. And I was like, no, I was so bored that I kept reading this magazine. I was so bored that I didn't pay attention. And he thought it was like a cool power move I was doing. But no, I was just so bored. And that teacher really sucked, so I guess that played into it also. Aura. I was like aura forming in that moment, but I wasn't even aware of it. I think schools should be more like trade school and less general education. I think, so I used to think that they should be more like trade schools. So like you learn a profession, you learn a job. Now I think education, general education. Because I get the idea that like it should be like a trade school so you can prepare for a workforce and all that. But there's a problem with like setting up schools if it's only about the purpose of getting a job, which is like you're kind of just like, I don't know, imbued into the capitalist system, you know? You're kind of just like promoting capitalism in a sense. I don't even mean that in like an economic or like capitalism versus something else way. I mean that in the way of like, let's maybe make a society of human beings where like everything is not just purely focused on like money and money making. Like let's make sure we have a society where like we have people who are capable of like reflection and philosophy and critical thinking and like just a general sense of culture. You can still learn everything about like getting a job and all that within that system. I don't think they are two opposite systems, right? And you could do it the other way around also, of course, but like if I had to pick one over the other, then I would prefer that human beings are people and they're not only occupied with like, how do I get good job? I would rather be surrounded by cultural beings. One time I got in trouble for something I didn't do. I think it was something just like talking in class or something like that. It was really weird. She confused me for someone else. But then I just took the punishment and I was just like, I don't know, I just wanted to do something that was not class. So I just took it and I was like, okay, I'll do it. And then later she came back and she was like, hey, the other classmates told me you didn't do anything and I was wrong. It was actually someone else. I was like, yeah. And she was like, why didn't you say anything? And I was just like, just thought it might be fun. And it was. Like, it was just me hanging out with two other kids instead of being in class. So it's just like, hey, what's up? Let's talk about stuff. I actually remember I had a teacher who was a Buddhist. And he was bald. I remember it only because one time he talked about like he was going to like a Buddhist like seminar for the weekend. And he was also like a rapper. It was also like a rapper who was making music and stuff. It was kind of interesting having that interaction with a teacher like that. Just like, huh. This guy's like a teacher but he's also trying to be a rapper. And I don't remember like any of his songs, his music or anything like that. I don't think I ever listened to it. But I remember other kids talking about it. Just being like, yeah, he's kind of good actually. I wonder what happened to that guy. Oh yeah, I remember we had sex ed with that guy. And he got so nervous during that he started sweating. Like drips running down his face. And he had to go to the bathroom.
Can you tell us about a field trip you took as a lad?
Oh, maybe. Hold on, can I think of any? I do remember that though. He was like... he was sweating and had water. It was like a comedy skit or something where someone puts like an exaggerated amount of water on someone's face. He had that because he was trying to teach sex ed. I need a continuation of that bit where you did where Shadow was super brooding. Mario says wahoo. Can I do it? I actually think I need more than that. I need a whole setup before that in order to be able to do it. I need to set up the story first. Shadow and Dr. Robotnik are meeting up. Ah, Shadow! I can't do an Eggman voice. Why did I meet you here, Eggman? You picked up too much from Sonic. Snooping as usual, I see. Snooping as usual, I see. Why have you brought me here? Is that even what Shadow sounds like? Captured me again, have you? Actually, Shadow, I found someone far more... Hold on, I'm dead. I found someone far more superior than you. Unlikely, I think. that doesn't sound right. It sounds like a weird Japanese translation from Japanese to English. Unlikely, I think, Eggman. We shall see. According to my calculations, there is Project Mario. Project Mario. I don't know, what would Shadow think? It would just be like, this is an ordinary man. I don't think Shadow would go along with this. What is he? Why is he here? What is he trying to do? I need to get to this Mario before Eggman discovers something I don't know. That's when he goes through a pipe, somehow, to the Mushroom Kingdom. How would Shadow meet Mario? I don't think they would just meet. Shadow would have to, like, explore the whole world of Mario first. So he goes to, like... What's the first area of Mario called? Is there a name for it? They meet at a grocery store. What, he goes through this whole journey and they just meet at a grocery store? He goes through the first area in Mario, then the underwater place, and he's like, huh, there's no Mario here. Then he just goes to the grocery store and there's Mario. Wahoo!
Mr. President, the situation has turned dire. Dr. Eggman has acquired the Mario.
Oh shit. And he's with Eggman. They're shopping for something. Eggman. Ah, Shadow. Still can't do Eggman. He's buying me a spaghetti. Spaghetti? Something about Shadow the Hedgehog saying spaghetti kind of resonates with me. I don't know. I don't think Shadow has ever experienced spaghetti before, so I think he would actually be like caught off guard by that. Spaghetti. Wahoo! I don't know where to go with this bit. Where does this bit go? It's just Eggman and Mario and Shadow at a grocery store. Inflation has been hitting hard lately. Yes, normally spaghetti is less pricey. I thought Shadow was cool, but hasn't tried spaghetti. It is weird to think. It probably hasn't, right? Then Eggman and Shadow and Mario all eat spaghetti together, and this was actually Eggman's plan. He was like, oh, the ultimate being is just anyone who likes spaghetti. Could never have been you, Shadow. I see what you mean now, Eggman. With this spaghetti, I could beat Sonic. No, I don't think... No, that was not my point. The spaghetti is good. Woohoo! So at the end of the bit, commissioned bit. I'm taking commissions for bits. I think Shadow and Mario could get along though. I don't think they would be like enemies. I think they kind of have similar goals. Like Mario has Peach, Shadow has Maria, Shadow has Chaos Control and Six of Fork and Pasta. I think Mario would be impressed with that. Like, you know, oh my god, he has a power for pasta, or I don't know. There's a lot to this Mario that I could learn from. I lost my voice again. What if Shadow starts taking after Mario? And he's like, I'm really enjoying Mario. What does he say? Wahoo? Wahoo! Wahoo! Sonic, I'm leaving this world behind. Shadow? I can't do a Sonic voice. He just sounds really whiny to me. Shadow, what do you mean? I found another place, somewhere I belong. Wahoo! That's your Sonic. I think doing Sonic would be too much. How would I do Sonic? I just don't like Sonic, so I want to make every Sonic voice super annoying. I mean, Virgil's kind of annoying, yeah. I like to think Shadow would see Mario saying UPSM mantra that helps him channel his power, but he would adopt it. That's a really good logic. I kind of like that myself. I might steal it. What? Oh, what? What if Shadow meets Luigi for the first time? What would Shadow think? Shadow has become like, thinks like there's a lot of respect to Mario now. Then he meets Luigi and it's like, what the fuck is this? This is your brother? I don't know why Shadow's swearing all of a sudden. Would you just accept it? Like, your brother is weak. You would be stronger without him. Mario, we could team up. He's my brother. I like the idea, though, of, like, Shadow trying to teach Luigi. I think this is maybe the component that was lacking. Like, Shadow thought Luigi was too weak to be Mario's brother, but then he's like, if he is Mario's brother, we only need to teach him. So he's like, he becomes like the mentor. While training Luigi in the wilderness, Shadow tells Luigi to hunt and kill an animal. Luigi insists violence isn't necessary. Killing Luigi. It will make you strong. It's just in Shadow's character. Killing small... I don't think that's in Shadow's character. I don't think he randomly kills small animal for, like, fun. Or even to teach. I think Shadow would just train Luigi by giving him too much power. Like, he gives him, like, the Chaos Emerald to train him, but that goes to Luigi's head. And he's like, only I am. Only one Mario brother. Me. What? You wouldn't get it. Why you sound like that? You don't get it, Mario. I sound normal now. I want to save my schedule a bit just in case Pokemon Blue or Green or Red or whatever, Fire Green comes out. I could play that on stream. Gold and Silver would also be really nice. I think I would prefer if they released Gold and Silver. I think Gen 2 might be my favorite Pokemon. I don't think I even realized that until I went back recently and started playing them just on my Game Boy. The Japanese copies. I was kind of like, oh yeah, like, a lot of the things that I really liked about Pokemon were kind of like on the second one. And I loved the first one, of course, but like so many things happen in the second generation that I sort of take it for granted. Allowing to go back to Kanto was just goated. It was so crazy because as a kid I heard that. And all I thought was like, oh, that's just like a rumor. You know, like people saying you can find Mew under the truck or whatever. I just took that as like a not real thing. Like, no, you can't go back to Kanto. Like, it just seemed impossible back in the day, right? It's like, there's not enough space for that in the Game Boy. I mean, come on. Get a grip. Old man with the volume settings moments. Wait, what? Is that me? Am I the old man? S and S didn't have a built-in volume option. You had to talk to a random old man with her. What the fuck? What? Huh? Is that real? I've never heard of that. I did not know that. That is so insane. Hello, the Amazing Hammer. The DS games come out on the Switch, but you need to use a Switch 2 and Switch 1 at the same time. It's the only way to make the games work. It would be really funny if they did that. It's like you had to put them one on top of the other to emulate the DS screens. I would kind of respect it. In a weird way, I feel like. I'd kind of be like, yeah. I kind of vibe with Nintendo being insane sometimes, you know? Is it fair to assume that the Buddha had a lot of adult pleasures at his disposal, or was he like a sheltered homeschool kid? So it's really interesting when you think of like, the story that everyone hears about the Buddha is like he was a prince who lived in a mansion for like a long time. And then he went out of it and he learned about death and disease and pain and aging. But the first story of the Buddha is very different. It's very short. It's the first story of the Buddha, if you read the earliest Buddhist text, has nothing of that. The earliest description of the origin of the Buddha is, once there was a man with long black hair, and against his father's and his mother's wishes, he shaved it off to become a monk. And that's the end. Like, that's the earliest, like, tale of the Buddha. Which is really interesting, you know? Because it's kind of like, a parable that became, like, that happened over time. This whole idea of, like, a prince and all that. But I kind of feel like that's, like, more I do actually prefer the original tale, if I had to pick. I feel like I always have to clarify this, but I'm not a Buddhist. I just find Buddhism, like, interesting. Okay? I just have to clarify this at some point, so I'm gonna do it here. I find that interesting as a parable. I do find that almost more relatable. Just a guy deciding, like, I want to become a monk, and he becomes a Buddha. But I feel like today, that kind of hits harder, the whole idea of being a prince in a mansion, because isn't that, like, the reality of, like, every kid growing up in the Western world today? Like, you kind of live in your own mansion where you are free from, like, pain and suffering and aging and all these things. And eventually you kind of have to leave that. And you have to come to terms with, like, oh, people around me are dying. People around me are getting sick. People around me are, like, aging. I'm aging. So I feel like every kid in the Western world is, like, becoming a Buddha. Maybe that's too much. Or maybe Western kids today, like Zoomers, are becoming Buddhas in a weird way. Where they have lived kind of like half-sheltered lives, but now they have to come to terms with that and be like, oh, like, I don't know how to deal with this. And it's also interesting. I don't want to talk about Buddhism every stream, but it is interesting to me. It's very interesting, just the whole idea of, like, along with that. What's up with fat Buddha statues? I can talk about that. But you talk about Mario every stream, I guess these are my two topics, Mario and Buddha. That's all I talk about. The Fat Buddha is a incarnation called the Budai, who is the future Buddha. Maitreya. I feel like I just said a bunch of nonsense words. So the Fat Buddha is a Buddha called Maitreya, who is the future Buddha, the Buddha of the future. Because everything is so cyclical, right? That even within the lore of Buddhism, one day Buddhism will cease to exist, and there will be no Buddhism. And what happens then is there will just be like a new wave of Buddhism, but it won't be called Buddhism, and it will be led by a man called Maitreya. And that is the Fat Buddha. But yes, the Fat Buddha is just another kind of Buddha. And the reason why he's fat is the literal reason for this. Oh my god, Maitreya Matthias coincidence. No, 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 no. He needs to get fat first. Yeah, so easy. Just give me chocolate. The only reason why he is fat is because in the 1000s, there was a Buddhist monk who was extremely happy, called Budai. And people loved this guy. They could not get enough of him. He was just like a joyful monk who was always laughing and always fat. And when he died, people said like he was an incarnation of Maitreya. And because of that, he looks like that. And I don't know how people came to this conclusion. People just loved this fat Buddhist monk so much that everyone agreed, no, that was him. And they just like deified him because they loved him so much. Imagine being so fat and jolly that you just get worshipped as a kind of Buddha. And canonified as like the next incarnation of the next Buddha. Guys, fat, jolly, could Maitreya be an incarnation of Mario? Holy shit, have I been worshipping Maitreya this whole time? He had ultimate vibes. Yeah, it's really cool. It is cool. Just like there was this really happy guy, though. And he just became that one guy. He became the deification of the next Buddha. The power of parable in Buddhism is so interesting also. Where it's like, is any of Buddhism true? It's kind of like, you know, it doesn't really matter if it's true or not. The power of the story is so powerful that it is what matters, and it goes against all logic. It's really strange to talk about. So there's a text called... Oh my god, I was thinking of playing Super Mario RPG, but then I started playing Sonic instead, like a damn fool. The Lotus Sutra, I mean, so Buddhism doesn't really have a Bible, right? Buddhism doesn't really have anything compared to, like, a Bible. It has a lot of different texts. And depending on the branch, there's like a different text you kind of vibe with, I guess. You can spin attack? There's no way it's that simple, right? Oh my god, it was that simple? What do you mean you can spin attack that thing? Nothing happened. That didn't solve it even. What the hell? Okay, there was one slime. There was one slime, apparently. Cool. Thank you, Shigeru Miyamoto, gaming genius. There isn't really one single, like, holy text in Buddhism, but there are ones that different branches worship more than others. I'm gonna... Can I fight a boss while talking about his... Oh my god, scary face. Didn't I have something else to say about Buddhism? Oh yeah, the Lotus Sutra. It's like the main text in, like, Japan. It's basically the Japanese Buddhist Bible. It's kind of interesting. Because it's so, like, filled with Mario. It's not Mario. You're distracting me by saying Mario. It makes me want to talk about Mario. It's so full of Mario. Special 3DS with Mario Luigi Dream Team. Oh, that sounds really good. Can I find that 3DS right now? I kind of want to look at this. 3DS Dream Team Mario Luigi. It's even better than I thought it would be. Oh my god, huge. 3DS jump scare. A lot of the time when they make like Mario and Luigi stuff, it looks kind of like, I don't know, a bit childish. This looks kind of epic because it's gold. Look up Golden Gun Con for PS1. Didn't we look at this before? It's ringing a bell. No, I don't think Oh, Golden Gun Con. No, we have not. I was thinking of a big controller. Oh my god, the gold aesthetic. Mario with a golden gun. Luigi flavor would be matcha chocolate. I think not. I do love matcha chocolate, but I think Luigi would be pear, right? I think Yoshi would be lime. Luigi would be pear flavor. Mario might be tough, actually. pomegranate? Would Mario be pomegranate? Actually, I think Mario would be melon flavored, like watermelon, like a red melon, you know? I think that would kind of suit Mario. It would be spaghetti flavored, potentially. Meatball flavored cherry. Imagine buying Mario drink, and it's meatball flavored. When I think of cool peripherals, I think of the RE4 chainsaw controller. Hold on. I do need to pick this. I typed R34. I think that's the wrong thing. RE4 chainsaw controller. I don't know about this. What? Is this real? I mean, I'm seeing different variants of it, I think. Is this the one? Huh. This sucks. I mean, it's really cool. But I can't imagine playing a game like this. This would be so painful to hold. Is it attached to the thing? Is it actually attached? I'm seeing like a yellow variant of it also. This sucks. No, it sucks. I don't know. Actually, maybe it would actually feel amazing to play with this. That's the GameCube one. I don't like the orange one, I think. It's amazing there was a blood-splattered GameCube controller, I guess. Bad taste. I just don't want to, I don't know, have a chainsaw to play games with. My hands are getting cramps just looking at it. Yeah, all I can imagine is, like, the cramps. Actually, you know what? The controller setup on the GameCube looks better, doesn't it? It's not about ergonomics, it's about VR. I mean, you have a point there. That's, like, my biggest complaint about, like, modern controllers. They're all, like, too cozy and comfortable. We need a little bit, we need to sacrifice that for like, aesthetic, you know? Bring back the shitty N64 controller. Not in terms of how shitty it was, but in terms of aesthetic, you know? What the hell was I talking about? I was trying to talk about the Buddha Sutra. The people kept saying Mario so much that I got distracted. Maybe I should take that as a sign. People don't want to hear about the Buddha Sutra. Matthias, in Swedish, can you say, this summer I'll experience the ultimate Mario video game on Nintendo Switch 2? Denna sommaren, upplev den ultimata Mario-spel-upplevelsen på din Nintendo Switch 2. Damn, I could pull off those ads. I heard so many ads that sounded exactly like that when I was at Toys R Us. So I feel like I can nail that voice. That advertisement voice. How do you pronounce 2 again? 2. 2? Go near the Eagle's Tower. Beware of the bird. Imagine if we had one chatter right now named Bird in the chat, and I could have gone, Bird, Bird, look, everyone is a bird. Missed opportunity. Does anyone know a bird? We can invite them here right now. It's too late, I'm over it. Anyway, Lotus Sutra in Buddhism. It's almost like, this is what I wanted to say about the Lotus Sutra. It's almost like reading a joke. No. I'm dedicated to this bit now. It's not even a bit. It's almost like reading a joke, where the Buddha is going like, I'm about to say the Lotus Sutra to everyone, alright? And he keeps going on, the Lotus Sutra, I'm gonna reveal the Lotus Sutra to everyone. And then, when you finish reading the Lotus Sutra, and he never actually says the Lotus Sutra in the Lotus Sutra. It's like a fucking joke. like the Buddha pulls on everyone, where it's like, you read a book called the Lotus Sutra. So you just did it, basically. Kinda. Did I? Was that the point? I guess I did. Holy shit. People kept distracting me with Mario. And I kept trying to explain the Lotus Sutra, and the whole point of the Lotus Sutra is the fact that the Buddha never says the Lotus Sutra. Oh my god. This is reaching a deep level. The true Buddha, oh my god. I'm so prepared to start a cult right now. I'm so convinced. Those Mario keys, oh, never mind. Maybe a different time. So fascinating, though. Imagine reading the Bible, and Jesus is like, I'm about to speak the word of God, and then he never actually says the word of God. You're just like, what the fuck is this? He never says it. And the whole thing is just a parable about, like, how the teachings go up. It's supposed to be a super deep meaning to it. Okay, it's super deep. It is weird to think going back to your ancestry and being like, my parents have parents, and their parents have parents, and it just goes all the way back, right? And all of that somehow combines into, like, you. If you go back far enough, there's like 1,000 people and they all combined together to form you. That's like, I don't know, makes me feel uncomfortable. What do you mean there's like 1,000 people's genes in me? It's scary, don't say that. We're all distantly related for one monkey, for sure. Ends with me. That is also true. If you don't have kids, then there's like a whole lineage that goes back to the first, like, amoeba or whatever. It just ends with you being like, I would rather play on my Switch too. I'm not throwing any shade on people who don't want to have kids. I'm undecided. It should be within your rights to end your line. In your line, there are like 1 million monkeys having sex. Maybe it's perfectly within your rights to deny them their will. I always hated when people say, think of all your ancestors that have worked for you to exist now. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if they care that much, really. I don't know, let's say I have a kid. Do I care? Am I working right now for what my ancestors do 1,000 years from now? I don't know. I don't think it's going to matter that much, to be honest. It might be weird if they look back and they're like, oh, Matthias is talking about this right now in a VOD. That's weird. Kids are kind of annoying, but they do funny stuff sometimes. It is really difficult, isn't it? Being a parent is so much work, but it might be funny enough to be worth it. 1,000 years from now, it might be the case that people have figured everything out. Like, here is why everything is bad, and here's how you solve it. And you're just living through, like, the equivalent of the caveman era to people 1,000 years from now. We're all immortal now. We fly in spaceships. We're playing fantasy RPGs based on, like, stuff that happened in the 2000s. Imagine showing your caveman ancestor a modern character compared to the characters he had back then. That would probably be way more annoying than showing him, like, a pineapple, because he would just be like, no, it makes sense. We didn't have pineapples because they didn't grow in this area. Then showing him a carrot and being like, what the fuck? I could have figured this out. Would he be jealous? I imagine carrots today taste like shit. He'd be jealous, man. We have conflicted feelings. Oh my god, this is embarrassing to say. Earlier today, I had curry for lunch. And then later when I was on a walk, I looked at my hands and I saw that, like, my fingers were, like, yellow. Like, really, just my skin was yellow, and I was like, what the fuck? Like, am I getting jaundice? Like, what is happening to me? And I was on my phone, like, Googling things, like, what could turn your fingers yellow? And then later I realized, oh, I had curry. I had curry for lunch, and the curry got on my fingers somehow, and it just stuck there. So embarrassing. I was, like, having a bit of a panic moment about me turning yellow. Like, what the fuck? What did I do? What is going on? Did I eat too many carrots in my diet? You know how that can turn you, like, yellow? Turning into yellow Mario? I don't think it works like that. He likes curry and big boobs. No, no, no. Oh my god. Aren't you from Super Mario Bros. 2? Aren't you Wart? Ribbit Ribbit, I'm Mamu on vocals. But no need to tell you that, do I? Everybody knows me. Want to hang out and listen to us jam? Alright. Yeah. King K. It does kind of look like King K. Rool, doesn't it? It's kind of hitting. Alright, applause. Clap, clap. Thank you. Recently saw the movie Midsummer. Sweets are so scary. We'll have to look into this more. I have not seen Midsummer, but it is really weird. Because that's just like a thing I grew up with. What do you mean they turned that into like a horror movie? It would be like, imagine a bunch of Swedish people making a movie about like the 4th of July and they make that into a horror film. And they're like, 4th of July. Maybe you could call it like July the 4th. It's about a bunch of, like, Swedish people who go to America on the 4th of July, and it turns into, like, a horror movie situation. They start hearing all these explosions in the sky. What's going on? Let's go outside. Then they go outside, and it only makes it worse. There's, like, people shooting guns into the... I might be onto something here, actually. It would be the perfect parody. You just twist it around to like there's an American thing that turns into like a horror movie. It's pretty damn good. I don't know. Bunch of Americans grilling you like a burger. I don't know. What is there any other American holiday you could turn into like a horror film? Veterans Day, President's Day. All the presidents come back to life. that's also a really good idea for an American horror movie. Swedish people go to America on President's Day. All the American presidents come back to life and they start haunting the house. Thanksgiving, that's another one. You're the turkey? Oh, I guess you could, yeah, I guess you could do that. And the turkeys eat people? Also also acceptable. You turn into bird food? From the people who saw Midsummer. I was talking to a streamer about streaming. And I guess I was kind of like asking for advice about that. Like, how do you deal with like having a big chat? It's like, yeah, I think I kind of know already, but it's sort of like, once you're there, it's probably not a big deal. It's more like thinking about it makes it a bigger deal than it really is, right? Yeah, I like smaller streams and stuff. Like, I don't get chatting in streams where there's like 50,000 emojis and PogChamps. Yeah, but you know what? I feel like even in, how should I put this? I have been in smaller chats, right? And tried to talk to a streamer, and they don't engage. And they don't respond to me. And I'm like the one guy in the chat going like, what do you think of this? I'm like asking them stuff about what they're talking about. And that's really weird to me. Like, why are you even streaming at that point? Isn't that part of it just like you want to like engage and talk to people? And even my favorite like big streamers are still engaging with the chat, right? Like I think like Vine Sauce and like Northern Lion have like read my chat messages more often than like some small streamers, which is like really weird to think about. But I think that has to be like a part of like what makes them popular, right? Like even in that kind of big chat, they're able to keep it up. I've been watching a bunch of stream highlights lately. Can you have nothing but highlightable moments for the next 50 minutes so things feel normal for me? I know, I'm sorry, I can't have that. Damn. It's like when people go into Jerma's chat. I mean, this is bringing it back to talking about streamers, right? Where it's like, every now and then people will go into Jerma's chat and they will say something like, "You're funnier on YouTube." And it kind of makes sense because, like, I think they're almost always, like, joking when they say that, right? They're not being serious. But it kind of makes sense at the same time, where it's like, if your exposure to Jerma is for YouTube, then you probably think all his streams are, like, insane and crazy, right? And I kind of had that experience myself, where it was sort of like, me going into a Jerma stream, a regular Jerma stream, I was kind of shocked at, like, how normal Jerma was. So I was like, oh, it's just like, he's just, like, talking to people. Like, I don't know, he's just, like, I don't know. He's just having a regular stream, but from YouTube, my expectation was, like, I thought he would be more crazy than that, you know? Hi, Matthias. What's your thoughts on depression? Depression? It's a complicated issue. What are my thoughts on depression? I don't know. I'm playing Zelda. Now, I'm playing Zelda. I think there's probably a lot of different causes for why it exists. And I don't know, it's hard to diagnose it, because it might be different for different people. I don't know enough about it to comment on it. Sorry, I thought you mentioned you had it in some video. Okay, no, it's fine, it's fine. It's just like a bit off topic, or like, out of nowhere. Out of nowhere in a complicated issue. Haha, isn't Zelda a funny guy? I mean, Link. What is this place? I have one left. Okay, it seemed to work. Hey kid, you woke me up from a fine nap. Thanks a lot, but now I'll get my revenge. Are you ready? I'll let you carry more magic powder. Are you ready? Yeah. I can pick no. Maybe I should have picked no. You deserve it, and I'll look at all the junk you have to carry. Damn. I've been cursed. My original idea for a VTuber was actually being like the cartoony, Western cartoony style. Like, the idea that I had in mind was like something in the style of the Iron Giant. Because I was really into the Iron Giant, I guess, at the time. And I wasn't really as into anime when I first got into like VTubers and stuff. I was kind of like, huh. I don't know, I want something different, right? But then as I got into it more and more, I started to like readjust and be like, oh, you know what? I'm getting back into anime and manga and Japanese video games, so it wouldn't feel right. Those are good. I love VTubers that are different from anime. Yeah, I still feel like this is a really good idea, like a VTuber in the style of the Iron Giants. But I think it would be not genuine if I did it now. Like, now my taste has like, changed so much. I've become such a weeb again. I don't think I can do it anymore. And I don't think I can do this either. I still think that would be a really good idea. Iron Giant style VTuber. But I do also think it, like, it's kind of weird to have, like, a Western cartoony style now. Damn it, oh my god, I fucked it up so bad, damn it. I want to see a VTuber in style of Ed Roth? Okay, I'm gonna Google this. Huh. Yeah, I can see it work, actually. I guess what I'm thinking now is it would be kind of weird to be like a Western cartoony VTuber, because like, if your whole gimmick is surrounding Western cartoons, you can't just be like, let's watch some Western cartoons on stream. It's like, oh yeah, we can't really do that. Time to play some unrelated video games. Which is like why I feel like it's kind of like, wouldn't it make more sense to have a video game style as a VTuber? You know, I talked about this before. Fine, I'll just die. I mean, your VTuber doesn't have to be related to what you actually do on stream. I'm a furry VTuber, but it's not like I only ever stream furry media. That is true. Like, it's all aesthetic in the end, right? But, I don't know, I guess I, overthink everything. But I do think it would make sense. Or, like, how should I put it? I think eventually, in me trying to do the whole, like, Western VTuber style thing, I kind of felt like, I don't know if this would actually suit me. It's an awesome idea, but it might actually suit someone else better than me. And I wasn't even necessarily into anime and manga again at that point. But I was kind of like, I don't even know if I like Western cartoons enough for this at this point, right? You can look kawaii and play kusoge, that's true. Like me. If it doesn't suit ya, that's the more important factor, yeah. Like, so I remember someone in chat, I think this was just like a random chatter being like, I can't remember if they explicitly said it like this, but I think what they were leaning towards was like, hey, you're a Swedish guy, but your aesthetic is like Japanese. And I get what he means, right? Because I would also like to see that. I would like to see a Swedish guy who's like doing I would like to see a Swedish guy who's doing a Swedish aesthetic. That would be cool. But I think at this point that couldn't be me. If I did that, it would be like wrong. Like, it would just not feel right for me. It couldn't be me, but it's a cool idea. Sometimes things make logical sense, like, yes, this is a good idea, but it doesn't mean it would feel good for you to do it, or like it would make sense for you. The style of Per Olin. I feel like I do know who you're talking about, but I need to look at his art for reference. Okay, that's not what I was thinking of. This is very Swedish, and this is like a Swedish Christmas special that aired on TV every Christmas, and I never saw it as a kid. I never saw it. I saw it like for the first time like 2 years ago, and I realized, oh yeah, thank God I never saw this. This sucks. It's not good. It's not a good one. It's really ugly and bad and short, and not funny and not interesting. I was thinking of what is his name even? The guy, the old man with the cat. This is completely unrelated, but this is pretty good too. Molemek. This would actually, I feel like this is just straight up me. Holy shit, I am this guy. This is me. We're like, I was a Swedish VTuber all along. I feel like, I kind of feel like it looks like me. All I need to do is like add like a watercolor texture. Now I'm kind of vibing with it. I could be the Swedish VTuber. Damn, this is a really good aesthetic, isn't it? Damn, the Swedish VTuber aesthetic is hitting kind of hard right now. God damn. Could be a chat room to add like a watercolor filter. Maybe. I feel like I kind of like it more when the background is watercolor and the character is not, so it kind of stands out. But this, I mean, this is straight up like a children's book illustration, so it works here. Damn, this is really good. I don't think this could be me either, to be honest. But if someone did this, it would be a good idea. Dog's eyes is like, that dog is reading. I don't think he has any clue what's going on. He kind of has like Ochi vibes, you know? Kind of getting a lot of Pikmin vibes from this. Man who only played Pikmin, getting some Pikmin vibes here. Last time I was in therapy, I know maybe I shouldn't talk, maybe this is not a fun topic. Last time I was in therapy, my therapist was like, I don't think you need therapy. And I felt so confident, and I was like, yeah, wow, cool. But then after that, I've only felt like, no, I think I did. I think I did. I think my therapist was just fucking lazy. She was just like, nah, you don't need it. I had a similar thing happen. I think it was because I had like, I don't know, I was able to like express what I thought was like wrong with me and what I wanted to fix. And because of that, she probably got the idea of like, oh, this guy has it under check. He has it under control. But then I didn't actually know how to put that into practice. And I was like, damn, this sucks. No, actually, I'm too self-aware of that. Damn. What if I just threw this here? I can't get my ball back now. I might have fucked myself. Whoops. You're a therapist. We need to see other people. It kind of happened to me. Yeah, my ball's still there. Wait, why? What the fuck was that? What I wanted to happen happened, but it did not happen the way I wanted it to also. That's really interesting. I don't think that's supposed to happen. I guess it's sort of like I've had an online presence, and I feel like it's kind of changed as a result of me streaming, right? And I've kind of seen myself in a very specific way. And maybe this is, I feel like I was holding myself from talking about this, because I don't know if that's like a weird thing to talk about. Or it's like not interesting. It's like, hey guys, you remember I have a YouTube channel? Things are so different now since I started streaming, but it's not really. It's just like, I guess it's really strange to stream and clip yourself and look at yourself and be able to see yourself in a different way from before, right? This guy's a tuber. It's true. What the hell? Oh, this is going to be useful later. And I feel like it's been an interesting change because, like, I feel like I took myself a bit too seriously, but I wasn't sure how to change that part of myself. Making unscripted content out of being yourself is a strange experience. That's a really good way of putting it, right? Like, the way I had to do it on my main YouTube animation channel was like, I had to script things, I had to record it. I had to talk about very specific things and be like, this is what I want to talk about, this is my message. I want to make sure no one gets confused or whatever. And forcing myself to do everything like unscripted and seeing myself in a different way, in an unscripted way, where I don't have to like pretend. It's not really that I pretended to be like a different version of myself, but I tried to present like the best version of myself. And I didn't really feel like I was being fake or anything, but it was different, right? It's not gonna be quite the same. And I think maybe that made me feel a bit more serious than I really was. Because everything was like so presented, and everything had an objective to it. Everything had to be done a certain way, or I felt that way. Doing things unscripted is definitely interesting. And I kind of prefer it in a weird way. Like, it wasn't too long ago that I said, like, I don't really like improv comedy. And I don't like unscripted, like, comedy. And I like when videos have, like, a message to them and whatnot. But now I kind of feel like the opposite, where I'm like, I don't know. I think I maybe saw it in a different way. Yeah, like, streaming and unscripted videos touch more. Yeah, like, I feel like that's kind of like why I want to animate stuff and put it on my main YouTube channel. And I am worried in part because it might, you know, expose a lot of people to it. A lot of people might be exposed to the channel. A lot of people might come in as a result of that. But it might also be good because I think people would immediately get it. Like, oh, it's Matthias, and look, he's doing like a whole improv bit. I get what it. Well, I get it now. I get what the stream is about. So maybe it wouldn't be that bad. And I do want to, I don't know, make YouTube videos still. But I think how, I guess it's kind of surprising to me how much streaming has affected how I want to approach YouTube on my main YouTube channel. And would people actually be like upset by that? Like, oh, like you're not doing scripted content anymore? This is different. But maybe it wouldn't be that bad. Maybe people would like it. Improv bit. What if Mario were yellow? Can you imagine? Only Matthias could do that. Only Matthias could do that kind of comedy. It had never come to my mind before. What if Mario was yellow? It never struck me just how different things would be. Yellow Sonic? I can imagine that. It's just Sonic, but he's yellow now. Yellow Mario, everything is different. I'm literally just repeating something I was thinking to myself in the kitchen earlier, like when I was making lunch. I was thinking about how different Yellow Mario is from Yellow Sonic. You just can't capture that, you know? And now I'm repeating that as if it's like a completely original thought. I'm just like pretending I'm being... all I'm really doing is repeating my old bits. What the hell do I do from here? Repeating old bits, that's what streaming is. I do think I have gotten adjusted to that. Or like I had to like... It wasn't even like a question about it, I feel like. I've talked about this before. There was this YouTuber I watched who like started streaming on Twitch. And he was like, haha, I love streaming on Twitch. I love it. I can't get enough. Hooray, I love Twitch, I love streaming. And then later, as the stream went on, he kept going like, well, I already talked about this earlier. You have to go back in the VOD. Go back an hour or so, and you will find this. And he kept like getting really annoyed by having to repeat himself. And from watching that, I learned like, oh my god, like you really have to get adjusted to like repeating yourself on Twitch and doing the same bits and talking about the same stuff. It was like a YouTuber approaching it from a YouTube point of view, where it's like you don't want to repeat yourself, right? But even then, I think maybe YouTubers don't hold themselves to that. Maybe a lot of YouTubers repeat themselves. Maybe all of them do. I think repeating saves a lot of brain power when, to be honest. I think, here's my thoughts on repeating stuff in stream, which is like, I feel like I could do the same Yellow Mario bit like 100 times over, and every time it would be completely different, right? Because there's always going to be different circumstances to what I'm doing, and who's in chat, and what I'm saying, and how I'm saying it, and what I'm thinking, and how I continue on that bit. Like, I could do 100... maybe I sound insane, but I'm kind of convinced I could make 100 videos about Yellow Mario, and they would all be funny and good. Maybe that's like... Maybe that is the point where I'm being insane, saying that they would all be funny and good. Yellow Mario rules. We love it. We can't get enough. Redeemed to turn into Yellow Mario? I don't think so. I don't want to be Yellow Mario. That's not me. I'm an appreciator of Yellow Mario. I am not Yellow Mario. I have a personality. I have a name. I have an identity. Green Mario? No. Just to live for 30 seconds. I don't even think I can do that. I don't know. I think I can do that. What if I did that right now? Hold on. Can I turn myself into Yellow Mario live on stream? I don't know how to do this. This is not right, oh my god. Turn me back, I'm disappearing. My identity is going away. Holy shit, it's happening. Wow. I feel so colorful and bright. It's me, Yario. I don't like how this looks. Blue Mario is a concept my brain can't handle. I was thinking about this earlier today, right? Blue Mario, Dark Blue Mario, Light Blue Mario, they are different Marios, aren't they? I think my model is messed up. I think I might have arranged the mouth wrong. That's the end of the bit. It turns out I had nowhere to go with that bit. I did the Yellow Mario bit. Turns out it was a sterile field. Turns out it was a completely barren field. Thank you for good luck. Hello, Clavy, hello. Clavy, you just missed my Yellow Mario bit. I turned into Yellow Mario. You missed out. I'm never doing that again. Turns out there's no bits that come out of being Yellow Mario. Turns out you can't do anything with it. It's always funny when Nintendo confirms a real human fact about Mario characters. Yeah. I don't know. It feels like they do it too rarely, though. Like, I don't want to find out Mario and Peach are only friends. Give me the real details, you know? We're all adults here. Mario is an adult. Peach is an adult, okay? Tell me what's really going on. What do you think Mario smells like? Cheesecake? Wouldn't... I guess maybe it would be bad to say pasta. Surely not every Italian man smells like pasta. Surely not every Italian man smells like meatballs and like ingredients to various things. It is the most common thing that people smell like what they eat, though, isn't it? I mean, it could smell like sugar, but doesn't that mean you have diabetes? I'm not sure. I imagine Mario would likely have some kind of grandpa smell. At that age? Really? He seems a bit young for that. He for sure stinks. I mean, that's an interesting way to start a sentence. Is he a plumber, though? Does he actually doing plumbing? I don't think he actually does it at this point, right? I guess he does stink. But we can accept that part of Mario, right? I feel like Mario doesn't stink. But am I only saying that in defense of Mario? Every single evidence points to Mario stinking, okay? I get it. He's a plumber. He's an old man. He goes through like lava and magma and weird places. He doesn't wash himself between all of that. You're blinded by your love of Mario. But it has to be the case that he doesn't stink. It's just not in his character, right? Guys, Mario doesn't stink. I know he does go swimming too. But that's good. You probably want, I don't know. That helps out. You can have one flaw. I can, but I don't think it should be the stink. What's his one flaw? I don't know. I don't know. I like sociopath Mario. That's not a real Mario. No, it's not Mario either. Mario wouldn't do that. Mario, are you shoes off in the house kind of guy? I think he always wears shoes no matter what, right? Not a fan of that, but that is just who he is, you know? That it could be his one flaw, arguably. Called yourself Mario? Did I? Did I call myself Mario? I don't believe it. No, I was talking about Mario. Am I being gaslit by chat that I refer to myself as Mario? I don't believe it. I don't know. I don't know who to trust anymore. You read a question and said, Mario, are your shoes off? Oh, Matchi. Are your shoes? Oh, okay. Oh. Oh, no, I'm shoes off. But that's because I'm European, right? It's getting worse. No. No, it was spelled differently, okay? It's not how people normally spell Matchi, okay? It was in the same letters as Mario, okay? I had to visit Dr. Mario to treat it. I start seeing everyone as Mario. I mean, there's a Dr. Mario. I could go see Dr. Mario. But then maybe I go out on the street and everyone's a Mario, and then I look in the mirror and I'm Mario. You know? A 1 hour stream in Mario cosplay. Would it be cosplay at that point? Is the question. Would it be cosplay, or is anything that's not Mario cosplay at that point? Oh, what the hell? Okay, I wasn't expecting this. It's the guy. I'm not gonna hold back. I'm going to make you wish you were never born? Me? Oh shit, it's a bird. It's a big bird. It's a flying bird. It's an evil eagle! Holy shit. I've definitely been experimenting. I mean, so I uploaded 3 videos in one day on my channel, which were technically like older videos, but I've just been like, I had been uncertain, do I want to put this on my main channel? I wanted to do it, but I was just like, I don't know if people are going to like it, and to my surprise, people liked it, so it's like, well, okay. I have been thinking a lot about just like, what is the direction of my channel even? Like, what do I want to do? Which one went best? For sure, can I, look, can I share this? Like, which video did best? Let me look this up right now, if I can find it. 99.9% likes. People... There are like 2 dislikes. I don't normally, you know, talk about stuff like this, but it kind of blew me away that this is my most well-liked video in terms of percentage. The protagonist saying voice lines video. And I was so uncertain about that. Like, video, like, is it too boring? Are people just gonna be like, what is this? I don't get the joke. It's like 99.9%? That's insane. That's crazy. It's weird. It's weird to think that this would be my most liked video. I can totally see, you know, anything can happen, of course. Maybe people will come to it later and be like, what the hell was that? Yeah, it's weird. I'm gonna keep this up as a trophy to myself. I think I deserve like 1 trophy. It is weird. But I feel like it's, you know, I've been questioning this for a long time. Like, what is the direction of my channel? And you can probably tell by my content, like, it's kind of all over the place. Of just like, what is Matthias doing, you know? And now I'm just like, okay, maybe I just want to be funny, actually. I do like being a bit philosophical and deep and throwing things in, like, what if life was like this? Here's something I've been thinking about lately. What do I do with this rock? But, like, I also just want to be more funny, I think. I think it's really difficult to have a consistent YouTube channel where you, quote-unquote, try to be deep. I don't think it actually works in the long run, is what I've found out, where it's like... It's really difficult to keep that as a consistent schedule of, like, what do you even make? You can do balance stuff. Yeah, I think so. I think I've kind of just been, like, experimenting for a long, long time. But I think it was kind of worth it, you know? It's definitely understandable for creators to fear straying from their usual videos, but as long as our audience is watching because we like our overall vibe, having a lot of different stuff can be a goodie. Yeah, I hope people just like me for the vibe, you know? I feel like that's sort of what I'm hoping to establish more than anything. It's hard to be a brand when you're like a human. Yeah, I think it's difficult to be like treating yourself as a brand. And I've tried to stay away from that, but I don't know, when you're consistently online, it can be like hard not to, I feel like. It's too easy to get into the like, what is logical mindset, what makes sense, treating yourself as a thing. I love it when you go philosophical. My job is to open closed doors. It's a genuine work of art, Loki. Thank you, thank you. I still do want to make stuff like that, to be clear. I'm hoping, I don't know, it's very black and white on the internet with, like, people being like, oh, he strayed. Well, I can see some people being like this, where they are like, he strayed away from his usual content. I guess it's all over. Everything is lost. Unsubbed. But I think I'm learning more and more, like, oh, these people are fucking insane. Like, I think I'm just listening to insane people. I'm going like, huh, I guess it makes sense. A guy in the YouTube comments said so. This is my only interaction. Whereas most normal people, they just like watch a YouTube video and never say anything. And I'm listening to the craziest in the comments going like, I guess everyone's thinking this. Frog moment. I just learned this earlier today, but apparently Link's Awakening is based on like a frog game that came before it that was completely unrelated to Zelda. Do people know this? It was just a frog game, and then Miyamoto looked at that and said, make it Zelda? It's not a direct, like, copy. It's not like a Mario 2 moment. Yeah, and he's in the game. I didn't know that. No one's ever told me that. What kind of frog game? It's like a Link's Awakening, but a frog game. Based on Frogger? Frogger, the quest to awaken? Did they ever do anything fun with Frogger? Frogger and the quest. A prince guy who wants the gold leaf. Oh. That was with Frog? Hello? Open? Sesame? Wait, what? Oh, fuck. No, wait, hold on. I wasn't prepared for this. Oh, shit. I kind of lost interest after Frogger 7. Introduced with pre-frogs. I remember that. They introduced the ancient frogs, who walked the road before Frogger. But then you had to, like, find out the backstory to every frog who came before Frogger. Thank you for the water. Frogger is a daughter from the future. Oh my god. And you have to pick, like, Frogger's romantic interest, and it completely changes the story depending on who you pick. Oh, I need bombs. I can't say that on Twitch, right? I need explosives. That sounds bad also. You're not in an airport, boy. Well, maybe I'm fine. Would they understand? Would they know? I'm sure that happens all the time, right? Someone makes a dumb joke like that. Then they have to pay the price. Understandably so. Is it gonna be like a rehash of every boss I've met before? Is that a thing? I think of a TSA do not mix. Oops. I need bombs. I'm running out of bombs. Hold on. Are you a gamer? They should always ask this of every person who's talking about bombs. First off, are you a gamer? I'm a gamer, I'm a gamer! Okay, hold back. Wrapping a fairy in a jar? What if it's terrorist game? The terrorist gamer? No, I can't make that into a bit. Whoops, I did not mean to use that. Turns out I'm a fucking moron. God damn. The terrorist gamer. That's not a good... I'm not a fan of this gamer. The terrorist gamer. No, he's actually really chill, though. He's just really into, like, specific kinds of video games. Mm-hmm. Are fairies TSA approved? Probably depends on where... I feel like in Iceland or something, they would take that super seriously. Like, hold on, did you say there's a gnome here? No, I was talking about a gnome. They treat that as seriously as, like, a gnome threat. Fairy threat at the airport in Reykjavik. I didn't know Iceland was like that. Hold on. You're going to Norway? You didn't bring your anti-gnome spray? No, I didn't know. Okay, we're gonna have to deport. You can't just grab it? No. Sorry. How threatening can a gnome possibly be? Person who has never encountered a gnome. How bad could it really be? Ah, you innocent soul. If there's a gnome gamer, is there also a fairy gamer? I think so. I think they're probably like in deep rivalry thing. It's probably like that kind of VTuber thing, where there's like different VTubers with a similar theme, and they are like, haha, let's collab. But then they have like one collab, the gnome gamer and the fairy gamer. And that collab just ruins everything. They discover a lot about each other. Turns out the gnome gamer has like a lot of thoughts about red mushrooms, and the fairy gamer is like, no, that's where I live though. I live on those mushrooms. It's like, no, I use them as concoctions. This brings like huge drama to the gnome community. I know a streamer went through that, except with the goblin VTuber community. She went through a complete redesign to distance herself. I've heard about the goblin VTuber drama, but only from Chad. And what happened? Are we allowed to talk about the Goblin VTuber drama? What the hell happened in the Goblin VTuber community? It was too toxic? First thing, I think you should expect goblins to be toxic. I'm allowed to say that, right? Alright, gnomes, we all agree. Toxic goblin community. I mean, it's what goblins do. If I joined... I don't know, a toxic, or not even toxic, just a goblin community, I think I would know what to expect, right? A TS vet's literally race. No, it's not. that's just what they do. You can't just look. Goblins literally like bathe in toxins. That's just what they do, right? Going back to the gnome fairy collab, imagine a gnome puts the fairy in a bottle. Holy shit, this would be huge drama. Haha, wouldn't it be funny as a bit? No, don't do that. Don't do that. No, come on. But then they get into it, and he's like, I've heard enough. Don't put things in balls, guys. The internet doesn't like it. No, it's only for preservation. Whoops. What if you were 100% human, but then you had a collab with a gnome, and you just felt 99% human? You're like, I don't know, I just feel different. Did you do anything during our collab? Which would you rather have, one bomb or one woman? I guess I'm too weak-willed, and I would say one woman. Just one. I don't think why would I do with a bomb? I don't know if I can go into this bit. What do I do with a bomb? 10 bombs? 10 rupees? Thanks. Thank you. It would be fucked up if you went to Iceland and they were okay with bombs, but not okay with gnomes. With a bomb, you can become a certain type of gamer. Huh. Fascinating. What other kind of gamers are there? The hot dog gamer? Haha. Quickly abandoning bit gamer. It's a really good gamer, hold on. I love this gamer that I just invented just now. Quickly abandoning the bit gamer. Guy who immediately abandons every bit. Holy shit, that's me. Guys, what if... No, never mind. Guys, what if Mario... No, never mind, doesn't work. Guys, what if... You know what, it would be dumb, it would be stupid. It's just embarrassing to say that at one point I had the username Shigeru Miyamoto in VR chat. It doesn't make complete sense, actually, that at one point I had that username. I might actually still have that. I think it was on a second account. It was just very funny to go up to people with that username. Was it ironic? It was me having the username, and I had the mask salesman avatar from Majora's Mask, so it kind of made perfect sense. But no one went with my bit, which was like, people would come up to me and say, like, hey, Shigeru Miyamoto, and I would be just like, hey, thank you for liking my games. Make sure to check out Pikmin 4 coming soon. And the joke was like, why do you sound like that? I don't know, people didn't like my bit, I guess. People just asked me, why are you not doing an accent? Why do you sound like that? And my bit was, I just learned to speak English. What's wrong with you? Why were you making that assumption about me? Not a good bit in hindsight, actually. People were asking me to do a racist accent. And I was like, no, I learned English. I sound like this now. I'm Shigeru Miyamoto. Make sure to check out Pikmin 4. Coming soon. Oh yeah, I could just do this. I keep forgetting about this. Look at this. Cool. What? Secret meta? I already had this. But you already got some, so let's put this back. Wow, why would I need more? What am I supposed to do with this? Oh yeah, it's the thing that like makes you come back if you die, right? I'm such a pro gamer that I haven't needed it. Damn, the curse of the game. The curse of the gamer being so good at the game that all the items They're useless. The curse of the gamer. He's so good at games. But no one wants to play with him. The cursed gamer. Holy shit. That's a good gamer, actually. The cursed gamer. And everyone's wondering, like, what is this curse? What is this curse? And he will say it like, I'm too good at video games, so that's my curse. And everyone's like, that's stupid, that's dumb, I hate the cursed gamer. But then you see it, he's like too good, and that's when he started to feel the empathy for him, like, oh my god, I get it now. He's cursed. I don't want to play with I don't want to play games with him. I get it now. I feel like you should try Minish Cap. Well, 2 people said it, so maybe just Minish Cap. I've never played Minish Cap. Well, actually, that's wrong. So I did actually play Minish Cap a little bit on stream, but I had like 3 hours of sleep the night before, and I was like, what the fuck? How do I do anything? It was one of those streams where it was like just me and one chatter very early on. And I was just like, I've had 3 hours of sleep, and I'm slowly realizing I can, for the life of me, put any thought into any puzzle. So I ended up replaying Yuma Nikki instead, and being like, yeah, this is fine. This is kind of mindless and thoughtless. So for that reason, I would like to go back to that game. It was so strong for having done that. Ah, shucks. Minish Cap is one of the Capcom developed games. What the hell? I didn't even know Oracle and Four Swords was Capcom. What the hell? I mean, it would only make sense, right? It's like, no! Red goes in blue, moron! I'm a genius. What the hell? How could he have known? Wait, has Matthias been lying this whole time? Did he actually know everything about his game? He was just doing a bit? No, I know colors. Every now and then I've been like, maybe I should have one of those sleeping apps. But I'm scared that it will like record me like saying something really weird in my sleep. And I'll never be able to like look at myself the same way again. Is this a reasonable fear to have? Or is it not? Is it potentially a bad, irrational thing to fear? Oh, that is why it was so baby before. I see now. I hate being Swedish. I wish I were Norwegian. But damn. I don't hate being Swedish. It would be equally nice to be Norwegian, I'm sure. I don't actually like Mario. That would be more horrifying. I don't actually like Mario. Hearing myself say that in my sleep, I'm not sure how I would like be able to deal with myself. I think the first night hearing that, I would be like, no, it must have just been a weird dream where someone was like holding it against me, and I had to say that to survive or something, right? Then the second night, I hear myself say it again on the sleep app, and I'm like, this can't be right. Is it like a reoccurring nightmare? And like slowly find out that like my dream self has a separate personality. He's like a huge Sonic fan. Then I have to fight myself within my dream. Major derealization for up hating Mario sacrilege. I get it. I mean, it's so weird. For the record, when I think one of the earliest conversations I had when I started streaming was just like, I don't like Mario. I don't think he's a good character. He's so boring. He's so not interesting. And I had like a prophecy in one of my early streams where I was like, maybe if I just keep talking about Mario, over time I will learn to love Mario. And it really fucking happened. Like, I should have been more careful. I really should have been more careful. I had it right there figured out. Like, if I keep talking about Mario, over time I will just learn to love Mario. And it absolutely fucking happened. I unironically love Mario now. Huh. Oh, magic powder. Of course. Just like that one guy said. You fool, your sword won't work. No, wait, what? Did it not? It kind of seemed like it did, though. Does it not? He told me it doesn't work when I hit him with his sword, but it kind of works, right? Boss just gaslights thinking it's invulnerable. I kind of think that's happening, right? Yeah, he has nothing to say now. He has nothing to say. He was too embarrassed. He told me he was invulnerable, and then he died. Oh, he's exploding. What do you want him to say? He could have apologized, okay? Sorry, explodes. Okay, my bad. I guess I'm not immune to attacks. It would be a really good way to convince someone to be a mini-boss in a dungeon, though. You want me to do that? You want me to wait in a dungeon for like hundreds of years? Yeah, but you will be invulnerable to attacks. Oh. Okay. Well, yeah, I guess I can do that, and then you just fucking die. It's like, what the fuck? Maybe it was just a genuine mistake. I mean, maybe he had just never been in a fight before. So maybe I shouldn't be too harsh. Just like, no, I guess I was wrong. I was under the assumption, you know, gaslit you out of nervousness. I can see that. Maybe he just lied because he was nervous. Alright, I'll accept it. It's not an apology, but I can see why he did that. Wow, it's so colorful and bright. This is safe? I'm safe? This is even worse. Why would you say- hold on, why would you say that? That is the most insecure thing a boss. What do you mean? This is safe, I'm safe. That is even worse than thinking you're invulnerable. He's just like, he has to up himself, he has to give himself the confidence to fight. Yeah, this is boss gaslighting himself, this is fine. Step back, take your time. Is he talking to himself? Or is he talking to me? I mean, now I'm questioning that, right? I know, no, take your time, dude, take your time. Yeah, not you. Okay, no, are you ready to keep up the fight? You wanna go? Okay, no. Hey. Oh, you got antennas, I like that. Welcome, Matchi. I admire you for coming this far. Thank you. I'll give you a power of color. If you want offense, choose red. If you want defense, choose blue. Ah, fuck. This is difficult. What do? I do like blue. But Mario is red, right? But Mario is also blue. What happens if you choose? I guess you don't get the power-up. But no, I would like a power-up, actually. Sonic versus Mario? Mario? Oops, I almost chose neither. Mario. Sorry, Ray. What the fuck? I turned red? No, I didn't want that. I turned red? I didn't know she was going to turn me fucking red. Can I go back? Can I go back and change it? Light, a light, hello? Excuse me? Green? Okay, I can turn back, that's it. Actually, I thought about it, and I kind of like blue. Can't undo. It's color dungeon. That's how it is now. Never mind. You can undo. You almost fought, huh? Did she just killed me for turning blue. Okay, now I'm blue now. That's kind of cool, though. Ready to beat Turtle Rock? I'm ready. I could have had this halfway through the game. I could have had this halfway through the game. Backseaters, why didn't you backseat me? Will I be shot for not knowing why people love Sonic so much? No, this is a Mario stream. You've come to the right place, actually. You've come to the exactly right place. Let me introduce you to a funny little plumber. Right, he might blow your mind. You might not know this, but he eats mushrooms and he grows big as a result of that. What? Yeah, I can hear the gears turning in your head. This sounds interesting. To me, it sure does. And by me, I mean you. Should have seen the things Mattia said about Mario when he was playing Sonic. It was... I mean, it kind of seems like, I don't know, every stream is a bit of a Mario stream. But I think maybe I've established myself in the exact right way, when that is the case. What if he ate mushrooms like the drug kind? Holy shit, dude. Hello, Miss Lady. I'm still playing the game. Actually, I'm at the final boss if you don't want to get spoiled. That was a good time to leave. Maybe I should give that as a warning. Maybe the boomerang is weaker than the bow. Maybe I should be using the bow just because. Might be my last chance. Okay, one hit with a bow. This island is going to disappear. Our world is going to disappear. Our world. Bye, world. And the bow is overpowered, yeah. Original Boomerang was this option. Matchi, you have beaten all the nightmares. Climb the stairs. Of course they are above me. Didn't have to say that. Oh my god. Oot. Young lad, I mean Matchi, the hero. You have defeated the nightmares. How's it going again? This is the end of the game. I'm finally here. You have proven your wisdom, courage, and power. As part of the Windfish's spirit, I am the guardian of his dream world. But one day the nightmares entered the dream and began wreaking havoc. Then you, Matchi, came to rescue the island. I've always trusted in your courage. I knew that you could turn back the nightmares. Thank you, Matchi. My work is done, the Windfish will wake soon. Goodbye, Hoot. Alright. Oh my god, he's beautiful. Or she, potentially. I'm guessing from the eyeshadow. I am the Windfish. Long has been my slumber. I don't know, maybe it's just fashionable. In my dreams, an egg appeared. Yeah. It was surrounded by an island with people, animals, an entire world. Egg. But verily, it be the nature of dreams to end. When I dust awaken, Koholint will be gone. Only the memory of this dream island will exist in the waking world. Someday thou may recall this island. That memory makes the dream world real. Come, Matchi. Let us awaken together. Play the 8 instruments. Play the Song of Awakening. Oh, it's a lot of pressure on me. Can someone animate Link playing 8 instruments at the same time? Just a teeny tiny request from me. Could someone do that, please? Oh my god. Everything's disappearing. Even fake Mario. Goodbye, fake Mario. The girl. Oh my god, it's beautiful. Oh, that's actually sad. That's so sad. I don't... Actually seeing it go away like that is kind of sad. You did it, Link. You doomed everyone. Isn't, you know, now that I think about it, am I not the villain of this game? There has to be like 100 video essays about this specifically. Link was the villain all along. Oh my god, animation. Link woke up and drowned. I mean, yeah, he has to survive out here now. Or maybe there's a fish that can help him out. Maybe. No? No? Just gets a song. And now Wind Waker starts. Okay, it's a fish landing on him. It's a whale. Splash. How well animated was this part of a Game Boy game? That's beautiful though. Right, okay, no, he's still dying. Gotta find out, yeah. Well, I guess I know how to figure it out. Okay, he's not rescued, he's just out at sea. Hold on. They didn't really give us a conclusion to that, and the fish is just flying away. The fish is not even helping him out. I mean, it's beautiful, but what about Link, man? Link had a sad dream. We'll forget in an hour. Yeah, probably. Probably. This was a really good game. I think this might be like, I don't know. This might be one of my favorite Zelda games, I think. I definitely think it kind of lost its flair in the ending with the 2 last dungeons. Got a bit difficult. But the whole rest of the game was, like, great. And I really liked it. And, it's hard to say, like, what is a bad Zelda game? I feel like it's hard to say. I guess I don't like 1 and 2 for Vanessa that much. So I guess it's better than that. Nintendo and Gresso are the authors of the software. For purpose of copyright, where does that fit into the timeline? The end. Okay, I thought Link was gonna get rescued at the very end here, but no, it's just the end.